everyone, and welcome back to Ship. We're keeping that one. That's a good one. That's organic.
Yes.
That's we were started at once, and we're like, we got to try it again. And you know what? We're gonna keep that because that's a level of professionalism we strive for, right?
What time is it?
What time is it? It is earlier than normal. It is
Yes.
11:30. We normally record these at 2 to 3.
I woke up 2 hours ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And that's not normal for you, right?
No.
But you got to get used to that for if work and school, if that ever happens. Can't pick those schedules, right?
No, you can't.
Right? It's like whatever role you get put into,
It's a lot.
I'm an early morning person, so it doesn't matter.
You're up at like
but
5 a.m.
But like 9 p.m. comes and it's don't talk to me. I'm done. My day is over. I won't go to sleep at that time, but I'll be done with the world at that time.
That's me around like 11.
Yeah, no, it's like I got up this morning and I was like, I'm gonna make rice balls. So I got out those ingredients, mixed it up, made them. They're upstairs. I had one already. They were so good.
They look good.
They were good. I've been practicing for when I move to Japan in the next 5 to 6 years. That's the plan.
What's your name?
My name is Tanner. Hi, I represent Japan if you can't tell.
And I'm Adrian. I represent the West. The very boring West.
Well, at least for this period, because it is right now TGS and there's a lot happening. But before we get into all that, we do have a bit of an announcement to make. You might have seen it on our social media. We've talked about it a few other places. But this is kind of like, we're going to say like the season 1 end. This is
Season 2.
Season 2? Season 1.5? Regardless, it's a season finale. We'll say it is a season finale.
Okay.
So we are having a bit of a season finale for the fact that we had a season where we had a lot of time with each other, and now it's going more into there's life happening, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot going on.
I have, I'm back to teaching, which is work. It's a lot of work right now. I'm not into the part where it's just like automatic yet. Like every day I have to like once I got to a couple months in, it was like every day it's like whatever. It's run through the motions, right? But right now it's like no, it's notes to the grindstone. I got to do stuff, right? That's for me at least. And
then for me, I can talk about it now. I'm going to be moving out of my parents.
Yep.
Lots of stress there with finding a new job. We looked at an apartment on Tuesday. It was good except the fact that there was only one bathroom. So we're looking at another one with 2.
Yeah, one bathroom is tough.
Yeah,
that's a tough one,
especially
to deal
with 3 people.
Yeah,
So,
that's tough. That would be. You could always convert another room into a bathroom. Any room's a bathroom if you're brave enough.
No. This second one, I'm hoping it's the one because the only thing I'm worried about is that it's the only one left in the complex. So if we don't nail this down, we might not get it.
Oh, okay, I see.
So
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I have zero expertise with looking at that stuff.
Oh, me, like I had none 2 weeks ago. Now it's a bit better.
Okay, yeah, no, it's I've never even started looking yet, but I will have to if I once again plan to move to Japan in 5 to 6 years.
That's a big
step. Yeah, right. It is, but you know what? There's stuff in place. And like I even got an email. It's like, hey, are you looking at teaching abroad? Email us this and we'll get you set up. Hey, like I can't right now. I need my continuous contract, which takes 5 years to get roughly. But like once I get that, it's like, yeah, I want to so badly.
And it's like there's just a bunch of other stuff. You find a new job. That's the thing I'm mostly worried about. Find a new job in the city, but like.
I mean, your chances of finding one in the city are better than in a small town.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's statistically more,
It's just like, sorry.
But there's also more people.
This is bothering me. I'm going to move this a little bit.
Okay. He's moving the mic. If you hear giant noises, that's him whacking it around. Okay. But now it's going to fall if you don't move that leg out to be straight perpendicular to it.
There we go.
Okay, we good?
See, now we're really, what's it called?
Professional?
No, we're really like...
I don't know.
Nitty gritty,
Okay.
Is this better?
I mean, it's fine. It's just.
There we go.
Okay, we got it. So yeah, So as such, we are going to take a hiatus. Simply until we're...
Not sure until when.
Not sure until when. We're not going to put a date. Mostly because life doesn't always provide you with dates.
Nope.
I could make a joke there, but I won't. So because of that, we're just going to say, like, no, it's not done.
No.
But just until we're like, oh yeah, like I got time. Like definitely, if like the latest we'll be back at the summer.
Yeah.
Like once we're in summer, it's like that should probably be good because then I'm fully free and you'll have time during that time. But I bet it'll be before that for sure.
It's just like we record usually on Sundays and I need to work like as much as I can because I'm not getting shifts on the weekdays.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I need to make sure I work every weekend day. So.
No, for sure. And I don't think anyone could say no, that's irresponsible because you're not getting paid to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's that it doesn't work out that way. Okay. With that said, information delivered. Let's talk some diggity dang video games, dude. Well, does that count as our life stuff? I don't have anything else. Just that I've been working.
What else? My car's making a lot of noise.
Oh, that's not fun.
I think it's the drive shaft that's like just vibrating against the
Oh yeah?
the bearing, and it's slowly wearing it down.
I'm pretending to know what these are.
You should know everything about Fast and Furious.
Buddy, I don't know anything about cars. Like, honestly, it's like, do they move? Okay. For a long time, I refused to acknowledge that there was any more types of vehicles than cars, vans, or trucks. Every single vehicle goes into one of those three categories. And people are like, what about a minivan? I'm like, no, that's a van. What about an SUV? That's a van. What about a pickup? It's a truck. It's like, it's clear cut. Smart car, it's a car.
There's like subdivisions.
Yeah, but I hate that. For me, it was always, is it a truck, a van, or a car? You have three types.
Mm-hmm. Back to the apartment stuff.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention that, like, it's like when we were looking at it and like after the fact, I'm like, okay, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
It was the nervousness set in. It's like the nervousness / excitement of it happening. There's a whole thing with like in this apartment we got like not offered, but like there was like a $200 off incentive fee.
Okay.
Off the rent. But again, one bathroom. It's like I don't know if we can do that.
That would be with two people you could. With three people it's tough. Unless you have very different schedules. Like if you have different schedules, it's fine because then you can have one person do their stuff, go. But
if everyone's at home,
God forbid you have Taco Bell, you're done, right? Then every room is a bathroom.
And it's with the second one. There's for them. There's going to be like a walk-in closet to the bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what I mean? So like, here's the bedroom.
Yeah. Oh, and then the walk-in closet and then
bathroom.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I've seen this before. Yep.
Yeah. So, we get the deck. We were gonna get AC.
You have to get AC, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's. We live in a place where the two things you need to live are air conditioning and a heater. Like there's places in the world where like, why do you need air conditioning? And places in the world where it's like, why do you need a heater? And it's
Didn't
like,
really need it this year though.
Not well. You didn't know there was a couple days where it got hot.
A couple of days, but not like.
Most of those days.
It wasn't like last year.
Yeah, no. Last year was scorching, but even like yesterday, like it started off cool in the morning, like it was like 8 degrees, and then it bumped up to like 24 by the afternoon. Like I came dressed warm because I'm like, it's been cold, and then by the end of the day, I'm like ripping off all my layers, and I'm like, I can't drive in these jeans because it's so hot. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like our weather right now is cuckoo.
Yeah, we're good. My friends, they're married.
Yep.
So,
has the actual ceremony happened yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's all done and accounted for. If you want to like talk about it like that. But yeah, like I really trust them.
Yeah.
I think I can.
Yeah,
live with
they're a good bunch. They're a good bunch. Yep.
At this point, I'm just rambling, so let's talk about some video games.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, let's start with your week.
Do we want to talk about Smash? Because I feel like
we'll cover it in the
news?
direct info. Yeah,
okay,
the news info
Well,
because there's a lot there.
Tetris 99. I guess this is also part of the
Did
direct.
you achieve Invictus? No. Okay.
The highest I've gotten is like 8.
Wow.
And it's like...
That's still pretty good, I'd say. Because the people who play Tetris 99 are actual monsters. They are actual, like, homegrown Tetris terrorists.
I like how sometimes you're like you're just beginning, and then all of a sudden there's just garbage to the max. I'm like, how did that happen? How did that happen?
Honestly, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, was a 100-person puzzle game a good idea? Because you look at it and you're like, this is really unbalanced when you team up on people. Like if it's like 1-on-1, it's fine. It's just a game and you move on to the next one. But because you can target the same person, it's like,
there's a point when I was getting targeted by like literally 12 people.
yeah, it's like, I sure hope you can clear lines every single second, because if not, you could have garbage to the sky, dude.
Yeah. I really like the daily challenges. Give you an incentive to go back.
That is a nice thing about games now. I do like that, because it gives you a purpose each day to play, right?
Yeah.
Does it actually unlock stuff for when you do those, though?
Well, when you complete a challenge, you get a ticket, which you can use towards the themes they added.
Oh, okay.
So I unlocked the Zelda 1 theme. And I thought these themes were just going to be like your basic like copy paste type things, that like it was going to be like have unique music, but that was it.
Oh yeah.
And like just like a basic background of the
yeah.
character, the thing, but like it was actually like different songs for the Zelda one. Like it was the dungeon theme when you get to the 10 player.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And then the basic one going all the way through until the 10 people left.
You know what? I do wonder, because this is looking to be more and more like a true sequel to Tetris DS. Like,
it is.
With all the Nintendo stuff. So I really hope we get some of those weird modes brought back in. Did you play Tetris DS?
No.
There was like one where it was like, there was a Metroid one where you're playing Tetris on a huge square that you can rotate. So you can rotate the whole square, and you're playing kind of 360 degrees on the square. So like you can build, like you have to make sure you don't build too much up and then rotate it, because then you'll hit the bounds.
Yeah.
So like there's some interesting stuff there. So
cool.
I do hope we get some of that stuff, because Tetris DS was cool, and this is going that direction.
Because there's a Zelda one, the Mario 1, and the Donkey Kong one. And then all the rest are like basic themes.
And then Fire Emblem.
And Splatoon.
And well, no, but Splatoon I could see, but something about anime Fire Emblem Tetris just makes me go,
That's like one of my favorite ones, because it's like the music is really good.
Do you know what like type of song it plays? Is it one of the battle themes, or?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't played the games,
you haven't
but
played
like,
it.
it's just calming music as opposed to like the regular theme where it just gets more intense.
Okay.
The other songs just get more intense.
Does it play the Fire Emblem theme?
No.
Oh man, can you imagine top 10? It's fire. It's like, oh, we're doing it. That'd be hype.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I'm going back to that whenever I can.
Nice.
Then the big one, Astral Chain.
Oh boy. What?
Have you finished it yet?
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask, where are you right now?
I'm on the 4th.
Okay,
file.
I'm on the 6th.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit further than you.
I don't think we should talk about spoilers.
No, we shouldn't. But what we should say is, boy, this is the platinum game, huh?
Yeah.
It's like taking elements from every single one and putting them together, huh?
It's taken me longer than usual to get used to the controls, because you have to like control. There's so many like.
Okay, did you play Wonderful 101?
No.
Okay, the way you control your Legion, that's how you did combat in Wonderful 101.
Oh, okay.
So, did you play Metal Gear Rising?
Yeah.
That's how you use the blade mode.
Yeah.
Did you play, like any of your the Transformers?
No.
The sync moves that you do are activated the same way as the transform moves in that game. Wow. So it's like, hey, did you play Platinum's games? That was your practice. Now put them all together.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
When you like get it down, but like I'm getting consistent like D's and.
Oh, so you are playing on Platinum Standard?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing my first playthrough on the regular mode, just because I know it's like, if I don't have all my options, why am I being graded on stuff that they're expecting me to be able to do when I can't do them yet? So do you know how the grading works in this game?
No.
It's different from other Platinum games. You can get hit as many times as you want. You can use as many items as you want. It doesn't matter. It's just about variety.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to get good, do an attack with all the different legions. Well, I'm at a point where I only have 2. It's like what, like what do you expect me
you
to
should
do?
have, like...
No, well, I'm saying like, but in previous
Okay.
missions, like if I only have 2, I can't get an A rank. So because of that, it's like, yeah, I'm just like, first playthrough, I'm gonna just learn the game, play it on an easier mode, and there's still some difficulty there, even on the easier one. Honestly, like you're playing on Platinum Standard, but I'm playing it on normal, and I'm like, there's a couple times where I'm like, ooh, there's still challenge here. Like the only difference is the lack of grading, and I think enemies have slightly less health, like maybe 80%. But like at the same time, it's like they still do the attacks. So there's some stuff that's a bit hard to avoid.
I really like the just the like the way the game looks. The PlayStation music's amazing. I love the
It's
music.
good, but at a point, I think I had left the game on while I was like doing something in the PlayStation, and that loop is short. So it's like you hear that quite a bit. But no, the world, the characters, they're all really good. Marie is the best. She's the best.
The instant I saw her, I'm like, Tanner loves this.
Oh
part.
boy, she's the best. And
Does she have short hair?
she does.
Nice.
And she's another one in the pile of like Morgana and Sothis as Cassandra Lee Morse doing the same voice. I love it. People were like Lappy's the worst, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Lappy doesn't even talk.
Yes, Lappy talks.
Well, not audibly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you did the quest where Lappy was running around?
Well, as you.
No. There was one where
Oh yeah.
Marie was
that
speaking
one, yeah.
through Lappy, and you got to hear her do her great Lappy voice.
When you do it.
When you do it, you don't, and which makes it terrifying.
Yeah. Or no, when she was doing it, she popped out and she scares the crap.
Every time you'd see her like peering around a corner, and you turn back, and then she'd be behind you.
Yeah.
It's like a horror thing. It's the best. I love Lappy.
I'm really interested in like where the story's gonna go.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm on chapter 6 now. I haven't started it, but I got to it, and then I hit the save button. These chapters are long.
Oh yeah.
Like there's someone said chapter 6, the one I'm on, is like a 10-hour chapter. And I'm like, that is a chapter that is as long as Bayonetta. Like, wow.
I like the way you can like actually track how far in you are into a chapter with the cleaning up the red stuff.
Yep.
So
though again, it's like there's a couple chapters where I tried to get it all, and then I realized, some of it's like behind barriers that I can't. So at that point, I'm like, okay, no more completionist run. We're just doing a normal playthrough.
How do you feel about the like the beginning of some of them where you're like just in the area?
You mean the LA Noire stuff?
Yeah,
that's fun.
It is. I like it.
I like it a lot. It's a nice pace breaker. Not pace breaker, but because there's a lot of sections where you just do a lot of platforming and a lot of combat. So to have a section where it's like, okay, you have 10-15 minutes, walk around, talk to people, do a few side quests that are kind of funny sometimes, kind of weird sometimes.
The dude with he's all like justice. When you
oh yeah, justice dude, yeah. Or the one where you have to roll a can at a cat. You think you might be getting to that one eventually, where it's like, help, my cat's not listening to me. Roll a can at it to distract him and grab him.
I also like clean up garbage.
Yeah,
it's oddly satisfying.
Grab all the litter, and then you go and
it.
you're just chucking them in, and it's like experience points. That's awesome. So, but how do you feel about it just being a stand game?
I love it.
Like it is.
I've been color coding all the stands.
Oh yeah, no, my arm one is I made it look like the world because it's like back thing.
Oh yeah,
looks kind of like the diver.
Oh yeah, I
thing.
guess.
So I did that. One of the first ones you also unlock did you do every tutorial?
Yeah.
So then the color you get for that, did you see it?
No.
It's Eva 1.
Oh really?
The purple and the green.
Oh yeah.
Which fits because what's the very first scene of the game? The scientist standing behind the glass as the obviously pained robot that may or may not be something else just punches the glass, and he's there. He's just Gendo Ikari. Like it's like Platinum wears its references so proud.
And then with arms, just the arm legion
It's
just
JoJo.
being
It's just a JoJo stand.
Star Platinum, yeah.
Yep. And then the you look at the other ones and you're like, oh yeah, the Beast Legion, that's just Blade Wolf,
Oh yeah, I
right?
guess
It's just Blade Wolf.
yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at all of them and you're like, yep, we know exactly what you're talking about with these, right? So it's
I like the area in the PlayStation where you can just go and like practice.
yeah,
stuff.
that's helpful there because you can get used to the different controls for a platinum game because it's like there's no jump button. It's like you gotta there's no almost no verticality, which makes it fun when you're fighting flying enemies.
I like how there's like just a lot of characters like that have their own personalities within
Yeah,
the
yeah,
PlayStation.
and they're like set people there.
The guy who's like, I don't know why I'm here. They hired me, but I'm not good enough.
The dude who's like, yo, I love animals. Shame they're all dead.
And the other guy who's just like in love with Marie.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
Did
me.
you the one where he's like you're like training with him?
Yeah.
With Lappy.
Oh, Lappy's there, and it's just the suit sitting there. It's so stupid. I love it. The game is funny, which makes me happy
Yeah.
too. Like there's a level of humor there, which is good for a game about where you're a cop using a slave to fight.
So you're playing as female Akira.
I am, yes.
Akira.
Yes.
So does the guy Akira talk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the one that you don't
sorry,
play
sorry.
as. The one that you don't play as becomes the character.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason I played as the girl was because I saw that one thing where it's like you can just make her look like Chie, and I'm playing it as Chie. It's now Chie Cop. Chie, and even the world, like the way that it looks, the yellow,
Yeah.
looks like Tomoe, her persona.
I guess it does.
So
eh?
it's like, hey,
Yeah.
there we go. Persona Cops.
Oh, the opening. Just the anime
It's
opening.
good. It's great. I love it. It's oh man.
It's awesome so far.
It's good, and the good news is they said, hey, if this does well, we have a trilogy plan for where it's gonna go, and this is like one of Platinum's best-selling games already. So hey,
There you go.
there we go.
Hopefully it stays a Switch or Nintendo exclusive.
Nintendo owns it.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo owns the IP. It's a wonderful one-on-one situation where it's like it is Nintendo's franchise published by, made by Platinum, but Nintendo publishes it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sony fans are like, I want it.
Well, Sony turned down Bayonetta 2 so many times.
Yeah, so that's their fault.
Xbox fans rip Scalebound. You're never getting one again. Nintendo's like, we will make
I
beautiful
wouldn't be
babies.
surprised if Nintendo just bought Platinum.
Okay, they're not going to buy them, and the reason why is because Platinum still does spec work for like
Oh.
Ninja Turtles, Korra, Transformers. They won't buy them for that, and those will probably still come out on the others. But Platinum stuff will probably be Nintendo from now on, which is fine because now that
yeah.
we're on a powerful system, like now it's not a problem, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like when it was on the like people were like, oh man, does that mean I'm gonna have to play all my Platinum games on the Wii U?
Oh.
And it's like, no, now they're on the Switch and they can look good on the Switch.
Yeah.
Right? There's a
they're
few
portable.
There's a few things where you're like there's the, as people call it, the frame rate dimension.
Oh.
Like it's like, hey,
I haven't really come across those issues. I haven't.
no. It's called the frame rate dimension because it's okay, no more cities, no more puddles. We need to have a big good fight, so let's go into the place where it is just squares in the
I
sky.
guess,
We need
yeah.
to make that frame rate shine because this is where it matters. One thing I will say that I've heard, okay? The end of the game is not the end of the game. Piece of advice.
Okay.
You know Bayonetta, when you beat it, you get the witch trials?
Yeah.
So this has its own version of that, and you think the story's over, but beat those challenges for the actual ending.
Okay.
Just a tip. I haven't heard people talking about it, but that's the actual ending after that.
Okay.
So it's just, but like no one's talking about it because I don't think anyone's there yet because the game is huge. It's like a 50-hour game.
Well, Nino already beat it.
What?
That guy. He finishes games like.
How do you have time?
There's only. I've asked him. There's only like 12 files.
There's so there's 11 story files. The 12th one is the one I was talking about with challenges, and then at the end there's like that's the true ending. Yeah, but like I said, the one I'm going to is like a 10-hour one. Like, that's ridiculous. And I've heard that the combat only comes in at about the 7th hour. Like it's people are like, yeah, there's some big stuff like the major combat, not just like small encounters with thugs that are like hey, I'm a human who's gonna be mad at you, and then you're like, I have a stand, you're screwed.
Oh, I read that this game was like in development before near.
Before Nier Automata, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I can definitely feel.
Fear.
I don't fear anything. I love you, Platinum. I can definitely feel a lot of Nier Automata stuff in it. There's a lot where, well, there's that one line that one character says pretty early on that made me go, wait a what? Did you hear that line?
Oh, I haven't played Nier
All right.
Automata yet.
Shoot. Well, he just quotes Nier Automata in an important line, and it's like, is that a reference? Because you could probably fit this game into the Nier timeline somewhere. Ah! But no, this new director. Well, the guy who directed this game was the designer on Nier Automata. So he designed the game. Like, he didn't direct it, but he designed it. Do you know the difference?
Yeah.
So the director just kind of gives the ideas. The designer actually puts those ideas into motion. So he designed Nier Automata, and now he's the director. And this dude, I think, is going to be the next Kamiya. Because his stuff is really good.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's looking good.
Shame about Daemon X Machina, though, eh?
What? I've heard people are loving it.
I think it just came out at a really bad time.
No, I think it's a niche game.
Okay.
That sort of mecha intense action has people who love those games and only play those games. You have people who have invented a new way to hold the controller. Mech Warrior players, they hold the controller
I
backwards.
saw that yesterday, yeah.
And so it's like they're already trying to come up with ways to do that with the Joy-Cons. And I'm like, yeah, so like these guys are hardcore fans. It will get its people who play it.
Okay.
But I don't think it was ever destined for mainstream success.
No.
No.
Cool.
All right.
And that's it for me. I finished part 6 of JoJo, but we're obviously going to talk
That
about
has
that
to go into the spoiler section. Yep.
I can't say anything.
No, can't say anything. It's a big one. Okay, so for me, we already talked Astral Chain.
Yeah.
It's a good game. I've been playing Iceborne, Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
I'm trying to get through Astral Chain so I can like get addicted to Monster Hunter.
So, well, the good news is the way it's kind of working is they've actually outlined their release schedule for stuff.
Too, yeah.
So if you're late, hey, there'll be stuff that'll improve your experience, right? Boy, did not expect it to go the way it does in this. So there was.
I heard it took like a crazy turn at the end. I'm like, how does Monster Hunter do that?
Oh well, I mean, I'm not that far yet. I don't know if there's that. But what I'm saying is, everyone I know was like, okay, I'm gonna make this high level armor that like from the end game of World, and I'm gonna be like super overpowered and just breeze through Iceborne. And you start it, and it's like no matter what or how good your armor was, it's already out of it's too weak. So you start the game up and you get bodied by the first monster, like Geratidos or not Geratidos, the ice fish dude.
I haven't seen
okay, you know Geratidos, right? Like the mud fish that you fight really early on.
Yeah.
You fight an ice version of that.
Oh, okay.
And that dude's a very easy monster as the mud one, right?
Yeah.
You fight the ice one, and it's like this thing is one-shotting me with it when it jumps out of the ice. And I had good armor, right? Yeah. Like I could take hits. So then you beat that dude, and you're on an expedition when you fight him, so you have unlimited retries, which is really good. You beat him eventually, and then you go there, and it's like, okay, time to make basic bone armor. You know, like the bone armor, you're making that again, but now master rank. And that basic bone armor is stronger than the strongest stuff from the end of the base game. So you're basically starting over.
Okay.
Like you are, like it is a level playing field at that point. Now the good news is, because of that, once I get that strong stuff, the stuff I couldn't beat in base game world, like Behemoth, I'll be able to go back and breeze through because my defense will be 3 times as high. There's a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of gameplay changes. I went back to Switch Axe because that was the first one I could make as a G rank weapon, and boy, Switch Axe got a change that made me happy. So one of the things with Switch Axe was like you could only really like you get in like 3 hits if you're lucky, but there was no way to evade mid combo because you're locked in, right? They changed the way one of the attacks works, where now if you use it mid combo, you like dash back like 10 feet. So like you're doing an attack, monster's gonna attack, dash back, you're safe. So like boom, they've changed it so that now it's a mobile weapon. I'm like, yes,
Nice.
I've been playing that. The clutch claw where you can like grab onto monsters is interesting.
Because you can like spam it.
So I thought so too, but you actually almost never get a chance to use it because it doesn't work when a monster is enraged. And for some monsters, it doesn't work even if they're normal. They need to be exhausted.
Oh, okay.
So they need to be there standing still.
Well, that's a good way to
panting.
balance it.
It is balanced, but then they're like, okay, now you can punch it in the head to make it face a wall and then fire your slinger and it'll run into the wall and get stunned. Like the timing window on that is like 10 seconds to do it before he's out. So it's like you're not going to get that. Now what is nice though is you can grapple on and do just one mounted attack and you're off, right? Mm-hmm. You can do that and then that does tenderize the part so that then that part takes more damage. So like say you want to get the antlers of Barrows, the big deer monster, right? Grapple up to those, hit those. Now they're weak, so now when you hit them you're doing double the damage, right? That is nice. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot added. Like it feels like Monster Hunter World 2, where it's like you're going to a new place and you're like,
is the area? I got really excited because Monster Hunter.
I know.
Is it like a new? How is the area?
Which area are you talking about? The hub or the actual level?
The actual level.
Okay, the actual level is, well, you got to explore a lot of it. Well, actually, I can't explore much of it right now. But it is like you can look at the map and it's like, yeah, you're in a small corner of it. It's the biggest map in the whole game. Okay. And you're going to, as you go, you will unlock sections of it. And it's a huge map. So you'll get different ones of it. But it's like, I've only explored a corner of it. And it's already like, it's cool. There's some areas where, but there's some areas where the lighting kind of freaks out. Like there's one specific hallway you walk down and like, there's a shadow that like appears and disappears and appears and disappears, and it looks bad, but they'll probably fix that in an update because it's that's just a thing there. And it's getting its first collaboration soon with the Frozen Wilds.
I still have to play Horizon. Every so often I'm like,
dude, just get the.
I already have the game.
No, just get the skin in Monster Hunter, and you'll just play a better Horizon. Ho. But yeah, no, it's good. It's fun to hop in with people online and just play.
I'm looking forward to it because Astral Chain is not a game that you can put a podcast on in the back and play. Monster Hunter is.
There's one thing I'll say. There's a lot more story. There's a lot more story in this. Like there's sections.
But still, when you find the monster, there's not like active story things happening.
There sometimes is where you get to thresholds on monsters, like for HP, and characters will start talking and doing stuff.
Oh damn.
There's a lot. There's actually it's a change. Like it's as soon as you start it, there's like 10 minutes of cutscenes, and then like you go to a place and do some stuff, and there's like they're really building on the characters of World, which is really cool. There's some interesting stuff with how they handle your handler partner and like where that goes. So it's good. Yeah.
So what's next for Monster Hunter?
What do you mean what's next?
Like,
this is getting
game or
this is going to get a year and a half of title updates, which
really?
Oh yeah. They've already outlined what they're doing.
Are they going to put a lot more monsters in again?
Oh yeah, they've already confirmed. Not only they've okay, so Rajang is coming.
Yeah,
that's in the news. But yeah, like that's another.
How many
monster.
monsters can they add?
So they've already confirmed there's another one coming in. I think January,
December, because January is the anniversary.
Okay, yeah, then there you go. So December they're adding another monster, and in the game's data, there's still a bunch of names that aren't used yet. So it's like, oh boy, they're trying to add all the ones.
That's cool because like a single monster can add like 50 plus hours to your playthrough.
Well, because most monsters bring not only their full armor sets, but all their weapons, and then variants of them, like, you know, if they have a subspecies and stuff. So people are saying probably Gormagala. He's the one from 4. I'll show. You'll recognize Gormagala.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Gormagala.
I think I fought him in 4.
Yeah, Gormagala is the flagship one of 4, and is my internet just dead randomly?
Is that going to affect the recording?
Nope, it won't affect the recording because the recording's local, but the internet just decided Google doesn't want to play with you right now, loser. No, my recording's local, so it's all good. Yeah, Gore Magala. Oh, we good? It's refreshing.
Gucci?
We gooch? No, we're not.
Gore Magala.
Yeah, you'll recognize them when you see them. He's a big black dragon.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Looks kind of like Batman.
Spooky.
He's a little spooky.
It's gonna be cool to see in the world's art style.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean Zenogre looks amazing. Rajang looks terrifying.
He's ugly.
I'm actually not a fan of Rajang being in the game.
Only
Because he's really hard.
And he's a roaming monster.
And he's the final roaming monster. We have 3 in the game now, and you can get all 3 in a map if you. Oh, I don't like that. But yeah. Also, he goes Super Saiyan too.
Just imagine like you're just walking.
He goes Super Saiyan. He turns gold and fires lasers. You're not gonna get to him for a long time.
I don't care.
The memes are everywhere.
I haven't seen a single one.
Really? You follow very boring people. Let's take a look.
That's your phone, dude.
No, that's yours.
No, it's not.
I don't have that. I don't have a female voice. I wish I did.
That like completely derailed my train of thought.
You're following boring people, is what I said.
Oh no, I follow Gaijin Hunter. He's a good though. He doesn't spoil much. He's just like...
I haven't followed him after a while.
Why?
I think he had too much on his personal life, and there was a period where he was going through like a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I don't want this on my timeline.
It wasn't really like intrusive.
I don't know. Sometimes I see that, and oh no, I think it was because he was talking about some Iceborne stuff before it was out. I'm like, I kind of want to go in a bit more blind. Like, I unsubscribed.
As you spoil me on the Rajang.
But Rajang's been in for 20 years.
I haven't seen him. Oh. I've never seen Rajang before.
Okay, well, now you will.
Don't spoil me anything more.
Won't anything more on these old monsters from the PSP days. Okay, and then the last thing that I played was I got into the Mega Man X Dive demo, or the beta there. That is the mobile Mega Man X game, though I did play it on my computer with a controller, and that's just a Mega Man game. It's cool. There's a lot of characters. They don't play super differently, but they have different powers, which is kind of neat. So X has a charge buster. It is gacha. I didn't think it was. There's gacha, but
gotcha.
Gotcha. You surprised me. It's in it. But honestly, I'm at a point. Honestly. Gacha doesn't bother me.
You're like desensitized.
It's not even desensitized. It's like, it's the fact that there's no incentive. It's not like you're playing FIFA where it's like, well, you will lose if you don't pay money. This is just single player, right? So it's like, you just got to work a bit harder to get the one you want. And they even have a thing where it's like, after, like, Overwatch is money where it's like if you get a duplicate, you get money.
Yeah.
Instead of that, you just get like a meter that builds up to, okay, you can just pick something.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You can just pick, you got enough dupes, pick what you want, right? Anything from the list.
That's a good system.
It's a good system, right? Because it is the beta, they give you like just a crap ton.
Oh, I thought it was the full game now.
No, it's just a beta right now.
Okay.
Like I think it's done like tomorrow. And like that'll just be it for that now. People have already data mined it to hell and back, and it's like, hey, do you want stuff from every Mega Man series, not just X? It's in there. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
A lot of bosses from other games, a lot of cool stuff. So, and yeah, it just plays like a good old Mega Man game with with some gacha stuff. The gacha is just for weapons and for characters. And you can either unlock the character by getting them through gacha, or you can like build them with items in the game. So it's fun. It plays like a Mega Man game. Like when I hook up my controller and I'm playing it like with this, it just becomes a Mega Man game. Like
that's a good thing.
I think some people were really worried. And if you're actually playing it on a phone, you can actually just Bluetooth your controller to it, and it's natively supported. Like it's not like, for me on the computer, I had to kind of like I basically put buttons on my screen that say like when I hit the A button, it's like me pressing there on my phone screen, right? Like I kind of binded it. But if you're on the phone, you can just naturally just sync it and it works. So I think this will come to console eventually. I think there's enough in here that it will, because there's some cool stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's all the video games we've been
All
playing.
the video games and stuff we've been playing. Because again, we have a lot going on right now. We
Yep.
don't have as much time as before. So I think for the news, we should just go through the West stuff, and then just do all the East together, so that we're not.
You wanna mix it up for the final time here?
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff from Japan, and it's probably best to just put it together.
Okay, sure.
And there's not a lot for the West.
No. Okay, so Killer Queen Black, that was announced like a decade ago for the Switch.
Yep.
Comes out October 11th.
Cool.
So, are you gonna get it?
Probably not.
I hear it's like one of the funnest arcade games you can
Oh
play.
yeah, no, and in an arcade this would be awesome, but I don't know when I'm gonna get 8 people who want to play a video game together.
Just clone
anytime
yourself,
soon.
dude.
That would solve a lot of issues, honestly. That would solve a lot of problems.
Not just the video game
Not
issue.
just the video game issues.
Second one, you talk about this because I don't know what the hell this is.
Wait, you didn't? Did you see about this?
I saw a screenshot and didn't give it any mind. I thought it was a meme.
I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good dating simulator will let people date the Colonel as a free game
this.
on Steam.
Corporations be gone.
It's so. On the one hand, I'm kind of mad that it's like, oh, another parody from the West on a genre that gets parodied way too much. Like, I legitimately like good visual novels, but at the same time, dang, they made the Colonel thick though.
Shut up.
Thicker than the gravy you can find at KFC.
I'm not going to even ask when this comes out. Cause
It's out.
Oh, of course it is.
It's out on Steam. It's free. Go get it. Okay, but this is kind of weird. There's so they made every character in it attractive, but that includes the female characters, and there's some very skimpy characters in this KFC dating sim, which makes me go, how did this get through marketing? Did they just say do whatever?
Yeah, probably.
It's like, we don't care
Appeal
anymore.
to the millennials.
Right? It's just weird.
Are you going to play it?
No, well, actually, you know what? That'd probably be some quick money. So, because I would get the people watching it who don't want to play it. I would get,
There you go.
and I don't have to pay anything. Maybe we'll see. I'll get those chicken wings.
Those finger licking good
Yeah,
chicken wings.
finger lick. Oh, it's gross. I don't even like KFC that much.
Neither.
It's like my family.
Like when you have it, it's like, okay, this is good, but it's not something I
you
go
know
back
what's really
to.
good though?
The fries?
Popcorn chicken.
I haven't had popcorn chicken.
Oh man, their popcorn chicken is
Their
so
fries are
good.
good.
Their fries are good until you reheat them though, because reheated
Yeah.
they're like fresh top tier fries, reheated bottom tier, right? Like you have to basically, I think we just like put them in the oven and recook them at that point to even make them be slightly edible.
Yeah.
Are we really doing tier lists of like KFC food? This is buck wild. What have you done to us? This is not a
Potato
paid
salad's
advertisement.
really good too.
I'm okay. Do they put eggs in it?
I think so.
Okay, then I can't have it.
Oh my god, you're so lame.
If I like potato salad, if there's no visible eggs.
If it has something related to breakfast, I hate it.
No, it's just I can't eat egg things that look like eggs. Like like those cream.
So do you like
eggs?
hate granola bars too, since it has cereal in it?
No, actually, well, I'm okay with cereal so long as it's not soggy.
Well, of course.
Well, no, but
No,
like,
who likes soggy cereal?
but that means
I'ma just
usually,
put
but
milk
listen, I'll
and
usually
wait a few hours.
eat it dry and then drink milk so that it doesn't
What?
get soggy. I don't like because
What?
within like 2
Are
minutes.
you insane?
You put that in there, and within 2 minutes, it's like,
What are
I
you
hope
doing
like,
between the time you pour the milk in the bowl and actually
How-
eat it?
unless I'm-
Do you go for a walk?
No, like, there's no way to eat your cereal in the amount of time without it getting soggy.
No.
Yeah, you can't because
How much milk do you put in the cereal bowl?
Well,
Put a cup of milk in there. It's fine.
well, okay, so if you enough to make this stuff float, right?
Not necessarily.
So how much milk do you put in?
Just pour a cup of milk over it so like the top part gets wet a bit, and it just and the bottom like a cup of milk.
Wait, so you don't fill it past the cereal?
No. Why would you do that? I used to do that, and then I realized that's too much milk.
I been doing cereal wrong this whole time?
I think you have.
I
Man.
always assumed it's like, okay, if you put in that much cereal,
You don't want to drench the
you
cereal.
put in that much milk.
No,
So
absolutely
you can't
not.
see, but I'm doing about
There's like-
an inch of cereal and about like 4 inches of milk.
No,
I always assume that's what you do.
no.
I always assumed there should be by the
You
end
never-
a bowl of milk
No.
that you have to drink.
No.
Really? Wow.
Like it's not the normal way. That's the way you can do it.
Regardless, it's not even the food at breakfast, it's the time that usually gets me, so it's just like whatever.
Anyways,
The only good breakfast cereal that I've had though recently is that Mario Amiibo cereal. That stuff
was okay.
That was really good. I liked it. I
you don't eat cereal.
but I like the fact that the
Why did Sephiroth wake up?
Sephiroth always wakes up on my phone. I don't know. It's very strange. I think if it detects
No, we're not going
a
on another
face-
tangent.
But no, what I'm saying is the flakes had a fruity flavor. Like versus where if you have any other cereal, it's like
guess.
like Lucky Charms. Like, oh man, those marshmallows are good. Shame about the tasteless,
don't-
disgusting like puff bits.
Okay, so with the marshmallows and Lucky Charms,
Yeah?
I don't like the texture.
Okay,
Like
no,
thinking
no,
about
no.
it, like,
I
shivers
know
me.
exactly what you're talking
hate
about.
it.
I know what you're talking about, but I still have to have one in every bite. Okay, but regardless, final thing I'm gonna say. Dinosaur oatmeal, top tier?
Yeah,
Top tier. All right,
sure.
we're good. Wait, but do you let the eggs hatch or do you eat them while they're hatching?
Well, I wait until they're hatched.
Okay, so no, I discovered the best way is to eat them while they're partly hatched.
Why?
Because that's sugar around them. So when you eat them, they're like extra sweet if you have a bit of the egg left.
Anyways, I can't believe it
Hey,
turned
hey,
from.
hey. You know that fact that we derailed the conversation? That was Joker's trick. that
You probably just pissed off Beat.
That's
Who's the one?
Joker's
Oh,
trick.
that's Tech. That's right.
It's Joker's trick.
Anyways, we're going into a Joker talk. So, you like lost.
Sorry, just
He was like the Joker, baby.
I can't take it seriously. I can't.
Okay,
They're
wha-
like
listen.
they're like they literally said.
Can I say the news story first?
In this clown, we're in this society. We're all the clowns, and I'm like,
Joaquin Phoenix.
you want to try that again, Bucko?
Oh, I hurt my shoulder. Well, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker won't need Robert Pattinson's Batman, says the director.
That is the worst sentence I've ever heard, except for the fact that they don't meet. That's all right, but just Joaquin Phoenix's Joker won't meet Robert Pattinson's Batman, says director. This is just a movie. Okay.
Like, why are... No, we're not going to do this.
Okay, but
no,
what he's saying is it's not a multiverse thing.
No.
The Joker movie is just a film. Let's
Yes.
not say movie. It is a film on its own.
Yeah.
Avengers movies, those are movies.
Yes.
This is a film, and that's what I've heard from people. Don't
It's not
think of
even-
it as a Joker movie. Think of it as a film featuring ideas based on
There
the
you go.
Joker, which is more interesting than, it just being Suicide Squad, where it's just like, that's a movie that has the
That's
Joker.
one thing I forgot to put in there. They announced the cast for
That's
the Suicide
a
Squad.
wild casting
John
list.
Cena. Like, who else?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, that list was. I just saw it on Nathan Fillion's page there. So if you just
Who's
go
the
to
director again?
just go to
James
Nathan
Gunn.
Fillion's page. He
It's on
has
James
he has
Gunn.
all listed. Oh, isn't Mark Hamill there?
No.
I thought Mark Hamill was on there. Oh, maybe I'm just thinking of Mark. Oh, right. No, I know why I'm thinking of Mark Hamill. We'll get to that.
Your Wi-Fi is garbage.
I know. I don't know what's up with my internet right now. It's not having a good time.
Here we go. We got... I'm just going to say the ones we recognize.
Okay, so now I'll say them all. David Dastmalchian, John Cena, Jai Courtney, Joaquin Cosio, Nathan Fillion, Joel Kinnaman, Mei Ling Ning, Fula Borg, Sean Gunn, Juan Diego Boto, Storm Reed, Pete Davidson, Taika Waititi, that's a wild one, Alice Braga, Steve... isn't he directing this one?
No, that's...
No, this is James Gunn, right?
Yeah, James Gunn's directing it.
So, that's wild. Getting two.
Yeah.
Who? Steve Agee, Tanashi Kaji, Daniela Melchior, Peter Capaldi. Who's that again? Oh, that's Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Wow, okay. Julio Ruiz, Jennifer Holland, Viola Davis, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, Margot Robbie, and Michael Rooker. Okay. Dude, if you give me a list of Japanese actor names, I'd be able to read that off with no problem.
But that's
a
cast.
Big cast. Now, Margot Robbie, that means she's back as Harley Quinn, right? Even though it's
so weird now.
It's a reboot.
Because they're like making the Birds of Prey movie with her in it.
This is weird. Do you see?
It's like they're kind of like just trying to split off.
They're trying to do stuff and failing. Yep, that's the DC way.
Oh well, Joker's gonna apparently it's really good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. From what I've actually heard, it is.
But you can't get over Joker's
But I can't get over it's Joker's
That's your fault, though. That's not the movie's fault.
No. Okay, someone said they are. Okay, listen, no.
The meme.
No, listen.
It's all about the memes.
They are releasing the Joker movie at the apex of society and Joker's trick. Like,
what do you mean the apex of society? What does it even mean?
Society memes. Like and the gamers rising up, we're like we're at the point where they are reaching mainstream. They are reaching meme apex. And what do? They release the movie based off of who created those things. Like at that time. Like it is a recipe. Like they literally say, again, in this society, we're all clowns. Like, do you know how much use that's gonna get online?
Apparently, there's like a leaked clip from the Joker movie where he says a bad word.
A bad word?
I don't know. It's like, go ahead, Joker, say the word. and it's like filmed in a movie theater.
Oh yeah.
So I assume it's like Joker says something funny in the movie, but it's a bad word.
Okay.
We can't say on this podcast.
Okay. Does he have a gamer moment?
I think so. I think that's what they're saying.
Oh no!
But I don't think I think it's a meme.
Joker has a gamer moment. I think it might just be a meme, but okay.
Okay. I accidentally spelt it I accidentally spelt it. Holler Steinfeld.
But what's her name?
Haley Steinfeld.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
She might be Kate
Holler
Bishop.
is a cool name for like a bulldog. Get over here, Holler.
Or like a truck
or like
company.
Or a truck driver.
Anyway, Haley Steinfeld might be Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye Disney Plus TV show.
Cool. Gotta pass it on. The actors are getting older.
Yep. Did you hear that Jeremy Renner made his own like app? And it got run over by trolls.
It got overrun by trolls. People who paid money for it got it all sent back, and it's done.
But it's just funny.
Well, why would you need to make your own app? Why would you need a celebrity social media app? I don't even think it's him. I think it's his agent. Like I think it was
because he doesn't need the extra money.
He doesn't need it, and I never saw him like it's not like he's Kanye going out being like download the Kanye app. It's like no, he's just like it's a thing. You know?
There's a guy who like made his profile like Jeffrey Epstein, and he's
and
he's like, hey Jeremy, just got out of the cage they put me in. I'm really enjoying your content right now.
Oh no,
it's like oh my god. Next story, The Witcher TV show might be coming December 17th.
I still think those costumes are a travesty.
They might get better. It might be like CGI situation.
Well, let's hope. Well, no, because that was in trailer shots that they were showing it.
I haven't seen the trailer, so.
Well, that's like the screenshots that we've seen of the armor have been from trailers, and it's like, oof.
You never know. Maybe it's the way it's shot.
I guess. And I think, because it's based off the books, not the games, so it's like... yeah, it's a situation where, Geralt looks about the same, well, roughly, but that's because it's based off of not the Gary we know, the one who goes into Monster Hunter and Soul Calibur, but the one who's just in the books. So it's, it's sort of like whenever you see there was like an era where Harry Potter stuff was coming out, but they didn't have the movie license. They had the book license, so it looked off. So like it's one of those things.
Okay. And finally for the West, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max has been announced. Do you want to click that link?
Oh. I can't.
Oh, rip.
The internet's dead.
So we'll just...
I'll do it on my phone here to see. What are these prices?
I think the base 11 comes...
GameSpot. Spot. iPhone 11.
Where are you going?
Where's it? Games. That's just talking about Apple Arcade, which I don't know why you would ever do that.
I think the base 11 comes in at 800.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so the 11 will retail for $700, which is how much for us? 700 USD brings us to $930
That's not too bad.
for a phone that will have the battery life of a...
No, they're saying the battery life's like incredible now.
Yeah, for how long?
I don't know.
Dude, every time I got an iPhone, the battery life would be good for like 3 months. And then it's like, boy, did you look at your phone in the morning? 60%. Okay. Then the iPhone 11 Pro will be $999. So $1,100 for us. And the 11 Pro Max will be $1,099 USD. What is $1,099 USD? Almost $1,500 when taxes included.
But it's talking about like when you buy the phone. It's not like on a contract where it could be significantly cheaper.
Or it could be more expensive. Because if you do contracts, the way it works is you're paying it off monthly, but they put on the...
But if you're like on like you're due for a new phone, it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, but you're still paying, like you'll be paying for that phone for 4 years, because just because you're putting in the minimum amount doesn't mean there's not interest on it. Like the longer you go, the more you pay. If you pay it out of pocket, that's the cheapest way. Because as you keep paying, it's like, okay, say you're doing $100 a month. Well, it's not going to take you 10 months to do it. It's going to take you like 14, because part of that's going towards the interest. I mean, regardless, I'm not buying another Apple product ever again.
Going to talk about the features?
What? What can it do? What can it do?
Have you seen the camera?
Like, I'm at a point now where it's like, until phones are going into hologram stuff, I don't care. I don't care. It needs to just work.
It's like ultra wide.
I don't care. I just want it to work.
Well, it does work.
Apple products work. Come on. It'll work for a week, and then it'll be like, oh, the planned obsolescence chip goes off, and
but you used to have an iPhone.
There's a reason I don't anymore. We're now releasing the iPhone 11s. Upgrade your iPhone for only $1599.99, and it's gonna be so much better. It's gonna be awesome. And it's like, yeah, because my new phone doesn't work anymore because it's been 3 months since the last one, so I got to get new ones. Did they put back on the headphone jack?
I don't know. We should have read it. Tanner.
No internet.
You literally just looked at it.
If they put back on the headphone jack, it's like you maybe finally made a good choice, but... Okay, but it comes in 6 colors. Wow. I hate iPhones. I hate iPhones so much. 15% more energy efficient. Can't wait to have it for an hour and 15 minutes now.
Regarding battery life.
Lasts up to 5 hours. It literally says 5 hours.
It now comes with the fast charge adapter, which is big.
Wow.
September 13th. That's yesterday.
Don't line up for it. Don't talk about it. Don't give Apple your money.
The sheep will.
Well, that's why. Because everyone I've talked to about this, they've looked at me and just like, well, that's another one for me to get. No joy, no reason. I'm like, well, what's exciting? My old one doesn't work anymore. What's your old one? It's the last one.
I am looking forward to the Google Pixel 4.
Don't question Apple. Just consume their product.
I'm looking forward to the
The
Google
apple
Pixel 4.
tree will grow more apples. I sure hope you enjoy apples because that's all you're going to eat. The devil will hold your mouth open and shove apples into there until you explode. And then guess what? You're going to need to, because you've exploded, you're going to need to buy the anti-explosion cable because it's not included. Sephiroth is so mad. Sephiroth is so mad.
When we're talking about that, his phone background
it just turns on occasionally when it's open, like it's off, but it's open. And so Sephiroth...
You just see Sephiroth's face.
You see Sephiroth appear, but he's mad.
He's actually our guest.
He is, yeah. He's a quiet guy.
Are you done trashing Apple now?
I'm done with Apple so much.
I am looking forward to the Google Pixel 4 though.
Well, yeah, because it's not Apple. Because Apple stuff doesn't work. Apple stuff doesn't work. Dude, as soon as I went Android, I'm like, there's no going back.
Remember when you weren't convinced and you were like hesitant?
Well, it was mostly because I was worried about transferring stuff over and getting that all hooked up. And then
wasn't it worth it?
Yeah. Well, it's like even stuff like my sister's like, man, I want to play Puyo on my phone. She's like, I want to play Puyo. And I'm like, well, you can install an emulator or here's a Japanese APK for the app. It's like if you're on an iPhone, you got to jailbreak it or you're done. Like, that's the only choice.
If
because
you jailbreak
and
there goes the warranty.
If you jailbreak it, there goes the warranty, and Apple will find a way to brick your phone because that's what they like to do. I don't trust iPhones anymore. Okay, I'm done. We're good. Let's move on to...
It's out of your system?
It's out of my system.
You want to talk about some video games from the East?
Talk about some beautiful Japanese video games.
So the Nintendo Direct happened.
Boy, this was the Nintendo Direct that people have been asking for a while.
So people, like, there were a lot of YouTubers I saw that were like, disappointing Direct?
Okay, Arlo is a stupid
Not him,
puppet
but like,
idiot. I hate Arlo.
Why do you hate him?
I hate Arlo. He is such a contrarian. It feels like he doesn't like anything and he just complains. And his defense is, I'm a puppet. That's the thing. He's like, nope, no, I'm a puppet. No Pikmin. I'm angry now. It's like, just shut up, you puppet idiot. I know you're Scott the Woz under there.
You're on fire.
I don't...
Like, rage.
I am.
But no, this was an awesome
Let
Direct.
the rage of the gods flow through you, Tanner.
What's that from?
It's God of War, dude. Right. I made a Western reference.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. I thought it was going to be
and so Tanner cast himself off the highest mountain in Canada. Okay.
So this isn't going to be in order. I just kind of like read an article and threw stuff in order of relevance up to the end. So,
order of relevance.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Relevance. We're starting with that one for relevance.
Overwatch is coming to Switch.
Okay, so...
And I have in the brackets here 30 FPS.
So yeah, it'll be 30 FPS, which is... You know what? That's still playable. People are like, that's not playable. It's like, no, it is. It's fine. But my problem is no crossplay. No crossplay and no cross-progression.
Nope. Start again.
Dead on release. And they said they might bring crossplay later. But they said they're never going to do cross-progression. But that until you get that crossplay, you're gonna get nobody.
Also, there's no physical Switch cart.
Yeah, it's wild.
Download only.
Which it is cheap though. I think it's only $20.
It's $50 for us.
Oh well, that's too much.
Well, I think that's good though.
You can buy Overwatch for like $5 with a free Funko.
You can't.
With a free Funko.
No, you can't. You're thinking about Destiny.
Well, no, like whenever I go to a store, they have like, whoa, the Overwatch Super Legendary Edition with a tiny Farrah Funko Pop. It's like $10. Buy
it's not
it, please.
$10.
We can't get rid of. I can't search the internet right now.
That's my power.
Okay.
Over you today.
SNES games on the Switch. Oh my god, and they picked some real good ones. I was honestly really worried that when they got brought over, they would not bring some of the biggest ones right away.
Yeah, they just drip them.
Like I was like, okay, they're gonna they'll give us like Mario Kart and like F-Zero and like maybe one of the three for Mario World, Link to the Past, and Super Metroid.
All three.
It's like, nope, 20 of them. Boom, they're all on there.
There you go.
There's some and if you get the Japanese app, there's even some different games on there. So it's like, well, no, but it's like, so really there's like 23 of them.
Yeah.
which is really good.
And they're actual games.
Yeah,
They're not like
they're
NES games.
And there's a couple NES games I would say, like, because some of the later NES games are really good. But now that we're on SNES, it's like even the earliest ones, it's like, oh man, I was like, you organize by date, and it's like, what's the first one? Mario World. That's the oldest one. That's one of the best. Like, dude.
And
do we have a list of them? Let me pull up a list so that we can actually talk about some of the ones that they have that are like
while you post it up, we'll just talk about like future releases won't be monthly anymore.
Which I know some people weren't happy about, but honestly, if they were monthly, I just
Too much,
right? Like each of those games is long. Like these are big games now. So it's like if they're going to do like a drop of 3 every 3 months or something, that's good.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're still going to be updating the NES service too.
Yes. Yeah, but they're also cutting it from being monthly too.
Yeah.
But like there's not many NES games left aside from third party. Okay, let's see here. Is this the one that I'm looking? Oh, and those controllers. I'm gonna order those controllers when they're out.
Yeah, I'm gonna order one of them too.
Do they actually have the list here? No, they don't.
Just go to IGN.
I don't trust IGN.
Why? Like, why would they lie about the SNES games?
You know you can't spell IGN without ignorant. I'm gonna get those Power Rangers.
Does Seth Rogen play SNES games now, or?
Okay, here we go in alphabetical order. Brawl Brothers.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. It's a beat 'em up.
Demon's Crest, I heard, is like
Demon's
awesome.
Crest is a spin-off of Ghosts and Goblins where you play as Firebrand, and it is a Metroidvania type game. Flying around doing stuff. It's real good.
Joe and Mac 2.
Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics.
Heard that's a great multiplayer game.
Buck Wild. There's no Joe and Mac 1, but they put the sequel on there because you're gonna be lost for the deep story of Joe and Mac. Do you know what the original game is called?
What?
Joe and Mac Ninja Cavemen.
There you go.
There you go. Kirby's Dream Land 3. While not Superstar, which is video game perfection, that's a good one too.
We probably get Superstar.
Oh,
eventually.
yeah, we will eventually. And is also a really good multiplayer game because the second player plays as Gooey. So you get to play that together.
Star Fox?
Star Fox running at a solid 10 frames per second.
You think we're going to get 2 on here? Or is it going to stay
No, I
exclusive?
think 2 will stay an exclusive to the other one. At least for like maybe 2 years. Till they're off store shelves. Then they might put it here.
Super EDF?
So just to say on Star Fox, there's people playing it and they're like, wow, this doesn't run very well. And I'm like...
Never did.
Yeah, that's what it was like when you were a kid and you didn't care. I played Star Fox as a kid, like the original. I love it. And it's like, yeah, that's how it's always been. Super EDF, Earth Defense Force.
It's a bullet hell.
So I don't know if this is actually...
It is. It's a part of it.
It's a part of the EDF franchise? Like the modern one?
Because there's bugs in there.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was that old.
But it's not like your traditional game.
Well, they made a new one recently that's another shooter for EDF. So it's like, but I didn't know.
Me neither. Super Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, that's a classic. Play battle mode all day.
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island, back with working. There was the graphical bugs that were in the SNES Classic version. They got them fixed for this.
Cool.
So that's cool.
Super Puyo Puyo 2.
This is wild because it's just Japanese.
It's just the Japanese
and
ROM. Yeah.
And it's also wild because they're just like, Nintendo just gave everyone free Tetris and free Puyo Puyo with their Plus subscription. Like, it's like, you're gonna play...
I don't like how the box art just kind of throws off everything.
You know what, though? It doesn't have a North American box art. And we're gonna get more Japanese games. Probably. So they'll be fixed there.
Super Tennis?
This one is the one that's different for Japan. They got a different tennis game instead. Apparently that one's bad. No, Super Soccer's the bad one.
Okay.
Super Tennis is okay.
Breath of Fire?
So I've been playing a bit of this.
Yeah.
Very classic RPG. But it's fun, and the nice thing is that rewind feature helps when you get a garbage encounter. It's like you got an enemy that just screws you up. Rewind. Wait a second. Walk a step. Thank God that RNG is based on time. F-Zero. It's actually not that good of a game.
I like it.
So it's good aesthetically, but it's a racing game with only single player.
I guess.
Like, so it's like once you do like the 8 courses, like that's it.
Well,
So
good thing you didn't pay much money for it.
Yeah. Kirby's Dream Course, baby! That's the pure multiplayer experience I've been waiting for. I will bust that out anywhere. I love Kirby's Dream Course.
And you can.
I can.
Pilot Wings.
Pilot Wings. That's a really good game. That's another game I played a lot as a kid. It's tough, but once you start to master it, it's really good. And there's also plot twists in it. The first Pilot Wings ends with like a government attack, and you have to defend from aliens and stuff. Like, it's wild. I never got there as a kid, and people were sharing it on Twitter, and I'm like, really? That's where it goes, huh? Stunt Race FX. You got it, Andre.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That game is a prime example of the rewind feature.
For sure. They showcased it.
Yep, and I'm like, what a game to show it on.
Mario World.
Mario World is a 10 out of 10 near perfect game.
Super Metroid.
Super Metroid.
Equally as good. And
Super Soccer.
And then Link to the Past.
Link to the Past. But
like
whew, you got some good ones there. Still definitely some that are going to be missing from there.
But this just started.
Yeah, but like, for example, like, we're not going to get Castlevania 4 on there because it has its own version, right? So this is going to be...
Trigger. What do you think?
No, that's not happening.
I want to play that game, but there's like no way.
I think if anything, it's going to get the Steam version re-released onto consoles. Like, it'll be a separate game. Dude, Square Enix puts their games on their phone for $20 and $30 for an app. So it's not going to be for free. They will make you pay for it. Ugh. Final Fantasy VII was like $40 when it first came out on iPhones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, $40. Right? Like, they're like, we don't care. So they will not include it for free. So maybe Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystals. That's like literally they said Americans don't know how to play RPGs. Make a very basic RPG for Americans to learn how to play it. So that one has an awesome soundtrack though.
So do you think N64 games are next year?
No, not next year. No, we're gonna because with the drip dry we have a whole list of SNES games to get through.
I guess.
And I do think N64 would be the last one. People are like, when's the GameCube? I'm like, whoa, buddy. That's not gonna happen.
They'd have to
while.
like charge like $80.
Yeah, like that. There's no way, right? No. Like those. Yeah, N64 would be the last one that I would see them doing.
I hope so. I hope they do that.
And but here's the thing though, there's only like 60 N64 games.
Yeah.
Like period, right? Like N64 doesn't have lots of games. So because of that, it'd be like, yeah, you won't get many. What is going to be interesting to see is if we get some of the rare games. Because there's no Donkey Kong Country on there, right? So are we going to get those, right?
Maybe.
We'll see. They were re-released on Wii U, though. So I'm sure they might get good. But we'll have to see.
Cool. So next up, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
That's a big misnomer of a name. This is just a remake.
It is.
It is a remake. People are like,
it's just in the Xenoblade 2 art style.
It's not.
No,
it's a different art style altogether. Shulk in Xenoblade 2, because he's in one of the DLC missions. You can see him there. Looks no, it's not. They advertised with it, but he appears in a cameo role, and it's nearly completely different looking. Like looks
good.
He's way more anime in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This looks close to the best way to say is this is Smash Shulk finally getting playable, because Shulk in the original version doesn't look like himself.
No.
He looks like a horrible Wii model.
I'm excited to play this again. Or not again, but like actually like play through it.
Yeah, because I only got so far in the 3DS version before I was like, oh, it's a 3DS version and it's muddy. So this is going to be good. And the fact that it shows the one final shot there, that's from a cut area from the game.
Oh.
So they're putting in, that's definitive in that.
Really
putting in, this is going to be the true story of like everything that was meant to be but couldn't, we're putting it all in, right? So that's good.
Luigi's Mansion 3 with the Scream Park and multiplayer mode.
Cool. Not much to say. It's just, we've seen it for a long time.
Lame.
Come on out.
You're lame. Super Kirby Clash.
So
the free to start game.
Yeah, and okay, so people...
It's just Kirby Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, but they had this on the 3DS too, remember?
Did they?
Yeah, Team Kirby Clash.
Oh.
Yeah, like this is a sequel to the free-to-play 3DS Kirby Monster Hunter type game. Okay. So it's like, it's nothing new. But people really are like, oh, it's just another free-to-play game. Dude, the kids that I teach all know Kirby. Because they play those free games. Because for kids, a free game is a free game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it is, like, that's why Fortnite got so big. If Fortnite was paid, it would not be at its level of success. Because anyone can just get it, right? So, yeah, like, these Kirby games that are free do numbers for brand recognition for them. So, honestly, that's another good one.
Trials of Mana?
Looks good, but I would rather play the original sprite version that they re-released in the Mana collection.
Yeah, I don't like that graphical style. It looks too mobile-y.
Well, because this was originally a Vita game.
It still doesn't look great.
But I mean,
my opinion.
Well, it's, you know what, the art style doesn't bother me. It's just when given the option between HD and 16-bit sprite, give me those sprites. I love those old school sprites. Though some of the gameplay stuff is interesting with how you can, like, defend, because, like, that wasn't in the original. It was an RPG. If an enemy goes to attack you, you got hit, right? Where this, it's like you can move. So that's kind of cool. And jump.
Oberdin?
People like this one.
Little Town Hero.
Okay. When they brought the name Toby Fox up, I'm like, that's it. He's in. There will be something, and we will get to that. The frame rate on this game doesn't look good. Did you see that? The performance of it looks bad, which made me go, "Yep, that's Game Freak." Apparently, this, like, there's only like a team of like 8 people working on this. Like, it's a very small project, but I'm not super interested. You gotta
We'll
give
see
me
how
a
it
hook.
turns out.
Gotta give me a hook. If anything, it's a soundtrack to buy.
Just put Sans in.
Yeah, that would help.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions, FE, the next Wii U port.
So when it was well, it's not a port. It's not a port.
The next Wii U game.
Okay, so when they first showed it off, and I'm like, oh, cool, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is coming to the Switch there. That's cool. That's good. I don't think I'll get it, though, because, I mean, I played through most of it. And then they showed off, oh, it has a new song. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice little bonus. And then they showed off some, let's almost say, double the amount of party members. And I'm like, oh, we're throwing them all in, huh? Oh, we're doing more story. So now that went from... that's a port that I'd probably pass up to there's more here, and I'm going to be getting it.
There's a chance I'm going to get this.
Well, you like a Persona.
Yeah.
Dude, it's way close. Dude, the amount of Fire Emblem in this is so minimal. Like, it's literally Persona, but Crom's there. Like, honestly. Like, that's it.
Okay.
Like, the only Fire Emblem elements are the characters. There's, like, 3 songs, and the, in addition to your elements that are from Shin Megami Tensei, you have the element of sword, axe, spear, and arrow. That's it. That's the only difference, is that there's now the weapon triangle for them. So it's like, yeah, sword enemies are weak to this. That's it. That's it. That's the amount of Fire Emblem. It's just a Persona game. So it's good. It's good.
It's coming out next year.
Yeah.
Deadly Premonition 2.
This is buck wild. This is a game that no one expected. And one of the crazy things is it's not only Deadly Premonition 2, it's also a sequel to D4. Do you remember D4? You know Swery, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Woo. Swery is a game director. Well, he's doing The Good Life, the one where you're cats and dogs.
Okay.
So his games can be only described as Japanese weirdness cranked up to 1 billion. Oh, no. But as someone who loves America.
Okay.
So his games are all like, hi there, I'm a detective in Boston. But, like, it's weird Japanese stuff. So Deadly Premonition can only be described as the weirdest episode of Twin Peaks. Which, when you know Twin Peaks and that's how weird that gets, it's weird. The performances in the game, the cutscenes are just the weirdest, stiltedest dialogue. It's so off. And people loved it.
The first one is on the eShop now, so
you
can go get it if you want.
D4 was like a spiritual successor, which was a Kinect exclusive, which you would have to do actions to do everything in the game, like feeding your cat, who was just a person in a cat costume, but you treated them like a cat. It's just a human walking around your apartment meowing and you feed them in a cat outfit. Like that level of Japanese weirdness, right? So this is a game no one expected because Deadly Premonition didn't sell. The company doesn't exist anymore, and Sweary's making his own stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm back.
How did this happen?
How did this happen? And it's also a sequel to D4, which was sent out to die by Microsoft by making it
Connect?
a Kinect exclusive, giving it zero advertisement, and I think it was digital only. And it was like the first of like 4 games it was supposed to be. So they're like, well, this is like, it's wild. It's, this one was one that made, so Deadly Premonition 1 was a game that like people played on the internet because they were like people tell you to play it because it's weird and I want to see your reaction to it. So this is one of those games, right? Where it's like, you need to play this. It's so weird. So like every content creator got hype because they love Deadly Premonition because of how weird it is. It's a buck wild game. So this is a good one. And the models look actually okay, which is can't be said about the original game.
Doom 64.
Cool.
That's
cool.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Good game.
Doom Guide for Smash. Next.
We'll see.
Tetris 99 2.0.
We talked about that.
About that.
Yep.
Sword and Shield details.
So they showed off. Oh yeah, they showed off the bird Pokemon.
Yeah.
The one with the eating the fish.
Poltegeist.
Poltegeist is the best.
Geist, yeah.
I love him. Drink his pee. Drink his pee for good flavors.
Curry and rice.
Yeah. I was like, that's
Just camp Pokemon.
So, but at first I was like,
what did it remind me of? It reminded me of something.
well, it's like Pokemon and me, pretty much.
It reminded me of something else. I don't remember.
Eh.
Poke Park, maybe?
Yeah, well, like one of those. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff with that, with interacting with your Pokemon. But the curry stuff was like, at first I was like,
Oh, yeah, it's Cooking Mama, pretty much.
oh yeah. There's just cooking mini games, which is awesome. But when I watch, and the animation of when they're eating is really good. Like it looks good.
No, but Tanner, they're reusing the animations.
Yeah. Did you see it? And it's funny because then you got all these animators saying, look at the tail, look at the way that the feet move. They're not just reused animations, but they've touched everyone up. They've made them look better. Yeah. And they're like, but because you're just a stupid idiot gamer, you can't tell. And the internet's like, I want brand new animations for my Eevee. So it's yeah, I don't care. People on the internet are so stupid. I'm really looking forward to this game still.
Yeah.
It looks fun. But what I was saying is at first I was like, man, what does curry have to do with London? And then I realized the modern Western curry as we know it, like we eat here, not the curry that's eaten in India or Japan, but the Western idea of curry was just made in Britain. It's totally different. They use different spices in it. It's like, oh well, no, that makes sense. So that's cool. I'm excited.
Cool.
But real talk. The bird gets a fish in its mouth.
Yeah. And it shoots it.
But that fish isn't a Pokemon.
Oh, it's just a fish?
So it's like, but like it has a design, but it's like, that's not a Pokemon. What is it? What
It's an alien.
Like, what is this going to be? Is this just going to be like a thing where it's like, yeah, it's just a thing. It's like, you can't do that. There's no animals. What is it going to be? Okay. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
Apparently it's really good. It's a really good Star Wars
game. I've heard this is one of the best Star Wars games, but the reason that a lot of people like it won't be in this. 1. Multiplayer. Yeah. They said the full single player experience. 2. Dismemberment. This was one of the few Star Wars games.
Just the way you said it.
Yeah, but this is one of the few Jedi games where it's like, if you slice someone with the lightsaber on their arm will fly off. You slice them in the torso, they will be bisected. And because of how lightsabers work, it's okay there's no blood, because it instantly cauterizes the wound. So it's like, you get cut in half, you're just that now, right? Yeah. So, but that won't be in this, because there's no way. It's also literally explicitly non-canon now. Yeah. It's like, it's based off a sequel to the originals.
So it's like, if you really love Star Wars.
So it's like, it's an alternate universe thing, but that's cool. You know what's not cool?
Oh, we can skip this.
More crappy Assassin's Creed games. I don't care. All right. Smash. We had a big one. We had a big one. So first off, it got started and it said, hey, the release of Banjo is
Okay, so
today.
I was like, yeah, oh my god. And then they went into the new fighters, and that's when I started running around.
Running around?
The apartment
Wow.
Because it's like, this is what
Okay,
I
so
want.
well, let's say, okay, so first off, we got, we said Banjo's coming out today,
Yep.
and stay after the presentation, and Sakurai has a special video, and I'm like, oh, cool, I like that for Hero. It was informal, and I enjoyed that. And then they said, but we have one more thing, and I was like, oh, and then whoosh, and we see all the Nintendo consoles.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we're like, huh. And then it started scrolling up. And I'm like, I don't really want, don't go to, Excite Bike. Don't give me an NES rep. And then it came down to Super Nintendo. I'm like, okay, Super Nintendo's better. There's some good stuff there. And then I noticed, oh, there's something to the side. Neo Geo. And at that point, everyone's like, okay, well...
Yeah,
Well, now we're at a... So, remember when people were like, actually, that's just copy and pasted from the SNK heroines. There's no way they'll put an SNK character in Smash Brothers. And then we got the beautiful startup of the console, like the do. I love that. That's like one of my favorite console startups.
and they did.
And then they did what everyone expected, which is Kyo trying to grab the letter.
Yeah.
But instead of grabbing it, he misses.
And then it goes.
And it goes through a bunch of people. So there's two different types of reactions on the internet. People going, haha, this is... Look at all these characters. And then there's ones going, geese. Like everyone, when they saw geese, was like, geese. And then they saw Nakaru, and they're like, no, not Nakaru. And then they went to Iori, the last guy who laughs, and they're like, it's not going to be Iori. There's people who are like, it could be geese. It could be Nakaru. There's no way it's Iori. It's not Iori. I've never seen anyone go... there's some people go, oh, is it going to be geese? Oh, no, it's not. Is it going to be Nakaru? No. And then it gets to Iori, and everyone's like, it's not Iori. It's not happening.
Terry looks awesome.
And then Terry picks up the letter. Hey, come on!
He looks awesome.
His model is, I think,
amazing.
one of the best in the game. It's the colors, the way everything looks. People who are like, it's just going to be Ken with a hat. It's like, no, he looks much better. Mm-hmm. So, Terry Bogard with his KOF Arena stage. We'll have to see what that's going to be, because if it's just kind of a flat stage, it's like...
It's not going to be.
It's not going to be. I think what it's going to be is Geese Tower is going to fly up from it, and then you're going to fight in a tower in the sky.
I have nothing to say. I have no knowledge on Fatal Fury.
So I mean, we got to see a few of his moves. We got to.
I like that it's at night.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks nice. We see his neutral. Well, what we think is a neutral beat, but the power wave, where he's fist on the ground and does a wave, and we have burn knuckle, which is where he does his burn knuckle there, and Rio is in the background of the stage. So that's a reference to in King of Fighters. It's a 3-on-3 fighting game. The people who you're not playing as right now stay in the background and cheer you on, and then when you die,
maybe they come out from the background and they're fighting you.
I don't think they're gonna fight. I think it's gonna be exactly like it is in KOF, where when someone gets killed, they're gonna cheer and then when they lose, they're gonna shake their heads, right? So I think Persona. That's pretty much, right? So people are saying that it's probably gonna be everyone who appeared in the trailer,
probably, that
it's going to be them all in the background, which makes sense, right? So, oh boy, Terry, so good.
I think it's the least exciting for me.
Oh man, no, honestly, I find him more exciting than Hero.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, just for me, because I think it's what he represents. He represents that era of arcade games. He represents Latin America, because boy, they love SNK. The music he's going to bring is awesome. I do hope they bring some reference to Capcom versus SNK, whether it's just even if it's the final match of his arcade mode is just a one-on-one with Ken, who was his rival in Capcom versus SNK, something like that. That'd be awesome. If we get music from it, that'd be the best, because that soundtrack's awesome. Yeah. And everyone wants the Garo for his alt. Mm-hmm. So that's where he's wearing the jacket and he doesn't have the hat and he has longer hair. So that'd be cool. He's also one of another dad. So Smash now has Chrom and Olimar and Terry.
And Bowser.
Oh, and Bowser, yeah. So we got a lot of deaths. I mean, and technically Richter, but not at this point yet. He's actually the grandpa of Simon, but that's fine. But yeah.
And then they
Okay, so now we go to the after showing with Banjo. And okay, Banjo, he's fun.
Yeah, he's fun. Yeah.
He's a fun character. Not super much to say about him.
People are like, "Oh, he's nothing like Joker hero in the way that like they're really unique."
Aside from his side B, that makes him unique because you have to once you use them up, they're gone until you die.
But people say he feels like a brawl character. I'm like, that's good though.
Yeah, no, he's a more basic character, and honestly, that's super fine. But at the same time, some of his stuff is really unique with the way he uses the egg projectiles and all that. His backwards facing bomb, like those are interesting. And his recovery, the fact that you can use his up B and then jump again. Just like in Banjo, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how you got around. So that's cool. He's a unique, fun character. Mm-hmm. So then we got to the bring back home run contest. That's fun. Yep. Nothing crazy to say about it. Nope. It's just a good fun mode. Me fighter costumes. Okay, first off, Goemon. Yo, I marked out for that. That's a childhood favorite of mine. So like that one was one I'm like I never expect. Actually, Goemon was on the list of people I really wanted as a character in. You like destroyed the mic for a second. That's okay. He was a character that I wanted in. And so for him to be just kind of in as a costume, but the costume looks perfect. So I'm like, yep, that's good. He's in. It's a happy one for me. Then we got the Mega Man costumes back. Yep. Well, at least Proto Man and Zero. We still got to get EXE and X back. So those will come after, I'm sure.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel like they're going to bring back pretty much all of them. Like, aside from any ones that they lose the rights to. But, like, with...
You think Monster Hunter is going to come back?
Oh, I think so. I think, like, with Terry, we're for sure going to get Heihachi and...
Akira.
And Akira back. Yeah, for sure. Like, that's... Because they're fighting games. Jackie, yeah. We're going to get them back for sure. But...
Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, Team Rocket. That's good. I like that. Because you never had one, right? And it's like, well, what are you going to do? It's kind of tough. Team Rocket, perfect. Mm-hmm. And the hat is perfect for me. Put that, and then I have the Yunar Kami body. It's like, I'm just in the game.
And then they put some
and then what? Just wait. Then there's silence, and all you hear is, and it actually didn't register with me until I saw him.
Really?
Like, and I think, like, I heard a few people, they hear it, and you just hear the tick, tick, tick of the brain where it's like, is this happening? Are we entering a world where Sans from Undertale is in Smash Brothers, and lo, he is.
So Megalovania and Sans has been such a meme with me and my friend, the one I'm moving out with.
Yep.
And this happening, it's just like, I can't believe this.
Like, it's actually hard to believe.
Sometimes, yeah.
I think out of everyone, this is the hardest to believe. Even if he's just a Mii costume.
Well, now it's just
I've seen some people be like, Mii costumes don't count as characters. No, but he looks like Sans.
Exactly
like he looks exactly like Sans, right? And he kind of even plays like he would, because that's how he fights, is using his blaster in
and it's just
Undertale.
Like, as long as you beat Sakurai at a Smash game, you get your character in the game.
Well, hearing about stuff where it's like, yeah, he's like the only person who, only guest developer who's come over to my house and actually beat me.
Yeah.
It's like, he might be the best. It's like, yeah, because he was a professional Melee player before he made games. So it's like, but it's... And that remix is really good.
It's good, yeah.
It's a good version of it. It's weird we live in a post-Sans in Smash world now.
So do you think this gives precedence to like more Mii costumes that'll have music coming?
I think so, for at least ones that are like, I can see them putting in now a Shovel Knight sword fighter with a song from Shovel Knight.
Don't give me hope.
Well, no, but it just or like now, like, yeah, there's the spirits for them. Put in a Shantae Brawler or something with a song from it, because now we're getting, the indie stuff thrown in, right?
Minecraft Steve with Subwoofer Lullaby remix.
I could see that even now. We'll see. It depends, because we were sure there were going to be a bunch of Microsoft costumes and spirits, but it just ended up being Banjo.
Yeah, the deal was just Banjo.
It was just Banjo, so anything would have to be actually extra.
But
here's the thing. Now that we're at this point where I think we've officially said, and Sakurai himself has said, the only rule is it has to be a game character.
Yeah.
He came out and he said it won't be Goku. It won't be Iron Man. It has to be a game character. That is the only rule. which is weird because there's people being like, well, Lightning McQueen debuted 3 days before the Cars movie came out in the Cars video game. It's like, it doesn't work that way. It's simple. If it's a game character, they can be in. That's it. That's the only rule.
Do you think it's going to be another Fighter's Pass?
I think
at this point it is.
I think it'll be one single second Fighter's Pass. I don't think we'll get a third one. I think right now it'll be...
Unless, like, Sakurai is just like, because he even said during that article, he said, like, if this is going to be it, this is going to be it. I'm going to make sure.
So I think because we're reaching a point where people are running out of characters they want in. Yeah. Like, we're legitimately reaching the point where people are like, I don't even know anymore. Like, there's people who are like, okay, I'm going to make my second Fighter Pass list and...
Well, there's Monster Hunter.
Who else? Well, yeah, it's like... Well,
like a Resident Evil rep.
The biggest ones right now are Doomguy. Sora. And I don't think even Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, or Dante are high enough to be...
It would be so fun in the game.
But what I'm saying is, in terms of precedent, like, we're getting... Like people are like, oh, man...
But it's not Capcom's fault.
Terry doesn't matter. It's like, historically, yeah, he kind of does. He's a huge pick for the world of fighting games. King of Fighters created Smash Bros. You heard that story about the Sakurai beating the girlfriend, and he's like, maybe we should make games that anyone can win. You know? So it's like, so a lot of it comes down to, like, it's an important character, but we're starting to run out, you know?
I wonder if we'll, like, start dipping into the PlayStation.
Okay, so there's people who are like, well, now we're gonna get like Sly Cooper, and it's like, no, I don't. I think we can get characters that debuted on PlayStation that also had stuff
like
on Nintendo.
Crash is a possibility.
Yeah, Crash, because there was some stuff on Nintendo, right? But I think if they're literally an exclusive character, we're not
seeing Kratos.
Yeah, we're not seeing Kratos. We're not seeing, like, there has to be
Ratchet
something.
And Clank.
And I know I said Master Chief, but that there was Halo on the DS.
But Microsoft has already had.
Yeah, they already have the rep, right? So. It's just we're gonna have to see.
It's exciting, like the hype. Like, I was preparing to be like done with the hype train.
Oh yeah.
But now it's just another year,
and we don't know. And I don't want them to tell us when it's done.
No,
I want it to be.
Wait, really? You don't want to be like, this is the last character?
No, I want it to be a Wii U situation where it's just...
Well, they did say Bayonetta was the last one, though.
No, but before Bayonetta was announced, we didn't know she'd be the last one.
Oh, well, I do want to know when, like, this, like, when they're presenting it, this is the final one.
Yeah, when they present it, but I don't want it to be like, this is character 4 or character 7 of 8 of Smash Forever. Guess who the last one's gonna be for 4 months? It's like, that will be hell, right? I want it to just be like, all right, we're announcing characters, and they're gonna do a bombshell, and they're like, all right, this is the final character.
I think there's gonna be a second pass, and then there's gonna be that one last one.
It's possible. It's possible. We could get another bonus in the middle of a character that's like a smaller Nintendo character before we get back to the third-party stuff. You
think it's going to be third parties?
I think it'll be third parties. I can't see them putting in, like, at this point, they can't put in, like... Waluigi or Bandana D, as much as I love him. They can't, like, they're not big enough, right?
No.
At this point, we can't put in another Fire Emblem character.
After Banjo, it's like, you can't go back.
Yeah, like, we can't get another Pokemon. There's people like, it's gonna be the dog from Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's like, no, it won't be. We're at a point, it's not gonna be Funky Kong as an Echo Fighter of Donkey Kong. Like, we're not big enough.
I wonder if if there's a second Fire's Pass, the bonus is gonna be like an Echo Fighter.
It might, you know what? Maybe there'll be maybe there'll be like buy the Fighter's Pass now for an Echo Fighter. Mm-hmm. You know, where it'll be like something like that. That's possible. I saw people saying the Ring Fit Adventure as an Echo Fighter for Wii Fit.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
You know, so. But
just glad it's not going to be over for a long time.
Yeah. Speaking of Ring Fit Adventure,
yes,
Ring Fit Adventure was announced.
So for the rest of these stories here, we should just single out the ones we should talk about.
Oh, there's not much more.
Because I do want to get to JoJo.
Yeah, we will.
We are in a timeline.
Yeah, we're doing good. You have time.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, Ring Fit Adventure. Okay, so I love it.
I don't.
Whoa!
I don't like it.
Why?
I feel like Wii Fit was successful in my eyes, at least.
It was. So they're not doing it again. They're doing something new.
I just feel like making a game centered around fitness isn't the way to go.
Why not? Dude,
exercise isn't supposed to be fun. I'm sorry, it isn't. It's supposed to be rigorous. It's supposed to like kick your ass.
Oh my god, we got an exercise elitist here now.
Cuz like it just I don't know.
What's wrong with having a bit of fun while doing a bit of moving?
It's when you think about exercise, you're not supposed to be thinking like when you have fun.
But you won't be thinking about exercise while you play it. You'll just be playing a game.
I can't put it to words. It's just like,
dude, it's an RPG. Like, it's a fitness RPG. That's fun.
Sure, it's a cool idea, but I don't think it's going to stick as nearly as well as Wii Fit.
Well, no, because we aren't at a point yet where grandmas have Switches. But well, they have Switches, but a different kind of Switch, you know.
That didn't land.
Yeah, it's because they beat children.
That was bad.
What? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about when I use the word switch. A switch is what you use. It's what they call the belt when you give your child the Switch. It's giving them the belt.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a lot of jokes when it came out about get the Nintendo Switch. Is like, yeah, my dad gives me a Nintendo Switch all the time. I think it looks fun. I'm actually thinking of getting it, and not only getting it for me, but to then bring it to my school, and if it's for gym class, to play that. Because, and here's the thing, you're an adult. There's more than adults out there. There's kids, and kids don't want to exercise.
Where I do not give a crap about children.
Yeah, but that's somewhere you gotta remember who's Nintendo's target audience.
Children.
Right. So when you think about it, honestly, Wii Fit was boring for them. How do you fix it up? Well, put in games that actually you can play in a group, right? You know, put in a story mode to play on your own, right?
Can I just think it looks fun. Those people that like demonstrated it were terrifying, especially the guy. His stare was like, I
don't know,
devil stare.
But okay, it reminded me of Wii era Nintendo, and that's
no, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
It reminded me of like.
It reminded me so much of like the Wii era and how they advertised stuff, and it gave me a bit of joy being like, yeah, I remember that time. The Wii was awesome. The Wii had good stuff.
What do you think of the actual peripheral?
So okay, here's the thing. I said I'm interested in it, but I need to know, will they break? Right?
Well, it's gonna be flexible, obviously.
But to what point? Right? I want to actually know about like, okay, if it's like, yeah, if you squeeze, if you know, it's flexible, you're
flexible,
good.
Snap.
But if I give it to a kid who doesn't know their own strength,
hard plastic has to be like malleable.
Can a kid break it? Is what I'm saying, right? Like that's the big thing.
I don't think it can be hard plastic.
Well, no, it'll be because the plastic can be hard, but because it's the hoop design, then it can kind of compress, right? It just comes down to I want to know how it actually is, the build quality of it, right? Like if it's Labo quality, it probably won't do very well because that stuff is literally made to be replaced, right? Yeah. But I'm interested in it, and I think it looks cool.
Okay.
I think it's a neat thing that reminds me of when Nintendo was experimental. And I think now that we got the hardcore Nintendo going, we can go, like, with it and Labo, it's like, yeah, we're getting Weird Nintendo again. And Weird Nintendo has some of the best stuff. Like, I love it when they're weird and different, right? Okay. So we have a hardcore Nintendo with Astral Chain and, like, Bayonetta 3, and then we have Weird Nintendo at the same time. And they're both going at the same time, and I like that.
Cool. We talked about
we talked about Rajang. Okay, so Project Resistance for Resident Evil. This is actually a Deception game. Do you know about the Deception series?
No.
So the Deception series is a game where you play as basically an anime girl who has a dungeon and people try and run into it because you're a hot anime girl and they want you. And you place traps, and it's just setting up combos to get people, like, for example, oh, there's a staircase leading up to you. Well, put a log trap there to send them back down. And then you put a spring over here to make them bounce up. And then you have spikes on the wall. So when they try and run at you, they hit the log trap, bounce up to the spike. So it's like, it literally is being made by the Deception people.
Okay.
But it's not with computers who run through the levels. It's with people. Okay. So it's one person laying traps and 4 people running through a trap laid area.
As Mr. X.
Yeah, so I think that's really cool.
Okay.
Some people, because people all had different ideas on what it was. People wanted it to be Left 4 Dead. People wanted it to be Outbreak. People wanted it to be all these different sort of experiences, and that wasn't what it was. But what it is I think, kind of cool. But of course, I'm not the target audience. I don't play many multiplayer games, but so I won't probably be getting this. But I think it's a neat thing to do.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. We'll skip over that one.
Yeah, just that in PT, the ghost is like actually behind you, like
all the
time, which is horrifying. Super Mario World is opening in Japan 2020. Super Nintendo World, sorry, with a Mario Kart ride and Yoshi's Adventures with magnetic bracelets that connect to your Switch.
I wonder how that's gonna work.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. I'm hoping to go there in 2020 after the Olympics, though. Death Stranding's Private Room feature. It's basically a dating sim with Norman Reedus. And if you look at his junk for too long, he punches you.
Does he actually?
Yes, he does. There's gifts. You can
It's
make him do silly faces. There is Monster Energy drinks. You can literally branded Monster Energy drinks. You can feed Norman Reedus like a Tamagotchi.
This is what you wanted, Tanner.
This is so weird. So I said I hope Death Stranding has weirdness. I take it back. We're going too far. The one thing about the
I feel like we haven't gone far enough.
Ghost baby breastfeeding was one thing. Norman Reedus peeing was one thing. This is getting weird. I don't know what.
It's just weird how he's like showing off like a huge chunk of the game just to try to convince people.
But this is but this is normal for Japanese games.
That they show like an hour?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dude, like American Western games are very much, because it's the spoiler culture is different. In America, it's no, I don't want to know anything about it. In Japan, it's, well, I don't know the whole thing, but give me an overview, right? So that's why in openings for anime, they will just show things that happen at the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
Like that's why the JoJo 1 opening has like the entire story, because for them it's not about like knowing an overview is fine, but they want to know the fine details. It's differences in spoiler culture.
Okay.
But yeah, not much else to say.
Can't wait.
It's looking weird. I got what I asked for.
Wait, man.
Yeah, because now we're into TGS stuff. Final Fantasy VII's new footage looks so dang good. They revealed classic mode. Did you hear about this?
I haven't heard a single thing.
Okay, so basically it's a mode where it's the original game.
Oh.
Your characters will stand still, wait for their bars to fill up, and you give them commands. And then they go do it.
There you go.
So it's like you wanted it, it's in. They showed off a boss battle with apps. So, did you get done Wall Street? No, you didn't get done Wall Street. You didn't get to see the cross-dressing scene, did you?
No.
Okay, so they basically showed the boss immediately after that. And like, one, it looks awesome, but two, it's like the new gameplay stuff looks like they brought over all of his moves and recontextualized them into this battle. That's cool. Like there's a move where he like, like in RPGs will just be like, I flood the level, and you see water come in and like surf in Pokemon, right? It's like big wave, and it's like, how do you do that? Well, instead he breaks a pipe, and if you're standing in front of it, then the wave will send you out.
That's cool.
So it's like it's part of the environment now.
Yeah.
That's really cool. They showed off how summons work. If you equip a summon materia, basically you build up a gauge. When it's full, you can use it, and your summon's just another party member.
Oh my god.
So you're fighting, there's Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith fighting, and then there's just Ifrit, and he's just slamming his fists, and you can give him commands. And so it's like you can tell him to do attacks and like set things on fire. It's rad. Mm-hmm. It looks cool. It looks outstanding. And everyone's like, this is a real game, huh?
Yep.
It's actually real now. I'm so hype. Speaking of hype, new Guilty Gear stuff. They revealed May as a new character and some more gameplay. The smell of the game. This is bullshit blazing.
I wasn't expecting you to swear.
Well, it's because that's the song. People are like, it doesn't say that. It's like, no, it pretty clearly says that's what the lyrics are. So they played the extended version of the song now, and oh man, it's so good. It's so good. And finally, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 gets some gameplay showing Wano Country, which is like the current arc set in Japan, and Carrot and a few other characters. So they're doing the same thing they did with the last one, where it's like, okay, we're not done the story, so how do we adapt what's not out yet? So they said, okay, you'll be there, but there'll be an original story set there.
Oh, okay.
So, because it's like, we don't know how this ends. How do we put it in the game without knowing how the actual story ends? It's like, well, okay, well, the story is the same as the original up to that point, and then you get to there, and it's like, okay, now it's slightly different to be. It'll come up with an original ending, which is slightly disappointing, but at the same time, there's so much cool stuff in Wano that there's like they couldn't pass up not putting it in, right? That we know of already. So it's looking good. They are cutting characters from it. From the last game, which is a bit sad. They confirmed that because of the new gameplay system, they're cutting the really big characters because they can't do air combos, right? They're not mobile enough, which is a bit disappointing, but they still said it's the biggest roster in the series, so they're going to be throwing in a lot more. So it's like, okay, I can go back to play them in the old game. Right, yeah, it more than evens out because some of the new characters, I'm like, I really want to play as them. So, yeah.
Cool.
That looks fun. And that's it for the news then. So we're going to take our break. We're going to grab some lunch. We have some ready to go. And when we come back, we will do our foreign exchange, being Resident Evil 2 and YuGiOh. I actually forgot what I gave you for a bit. We'll do our border battle, and then questions and spoilers and all that good stuff. So,
you have enough time for border battle?
You know what? We might cut it.
Yeah.
I think we'll cut it just because we're running low on time here. So, yes. When we get back, we'll do all those. So we'll see you in just a second. Enjoy the music.
Sky turns west, swallowing up each and every being in this town. Hopes, hearts, everything is falling down.
Far away in the skyline, crowd of apparitions crawling around. It's calling, growing louder.
Are we the future of this burning hell? It's a fight for a paradise, fight for our lives. So keep holding on until we break the spell. Free yourself, reach for the light in darkness and despair. If there comes a time when you are falling down, I'll be your savior. I'll be your savior.
And we are back. Yo, how was that rice ball, though?
How was that song?
Good. The song that we haven't picked out yet. So I'm sure it's a good one, though. Yep.
That rice ball was good, though.
It was
I was really tempted to eat a second one, but like,
yeah. So that's just I made them, and I put in mirin, which is a sweet sauce, and some soy sauce to mix it in. Mixed in some furikake, so there's some egg, there's some little bits of seaweed, and yeah, just sweet and nice, and ooh, imagine one of those. Yeah, it's nice, right?
Yeah.
So though the shape is the hard part, couldn't make the triangles.
tastes like the ocean.
Tastes like the ocean, as my gremlin of a sister said when she took a bite, and we all sat there in silence, wondering what the hell she meant.
I was like, I thought it was like, oh, it's like my palate's just not like sophisticated enough or something.
And we all just sat there, and then we're like, what does that mean?
And then your mom just like exploded from laughter.
Yeah. All right. So, foreign exchange.
So admittedly, I don't have very much to say on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
I did not have time to play it very much.
Okay, but you, okay, well, let's start there.
It reminded me of Hearthstone.
Okay. So, like, it is a card game.
Well, yeah, but in the way like, you have to set its stuff up and like combine stuff and all that.
Yeah. So how much did you play? For reference, we're talking about the new Switch version of Legacy of the Duelist there. So did you...
An hour?
Did you beat battles?
I beat like the first one.
And just the first one?
No, I beat the second one too, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that's a decent overview, because then you sort of understand kind of the rules and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't like it's probably because I was in such like I can't put like too much thought into this because like I'm busy with other stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like there's like a lot of the info on the cards I don't like.
oh yeah. So when it's funny because it's like the early cards might have one line, but like if you get anything released later on, they literally the text goes to so small you can't even see. They had to start abbreviating
God.
stuff. Like they had to start say like they started to get to a point where the word graveyard was too long to write, so it's your GY now. Like it's yeah. So
Because like what part of this like actually matters and all that, and like I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh, so like
okay. So
it's just-
okay. So to start with, you knew nothing about the series.
no,
So you didn't know anything about the show.
no,
Okay.
no,
So you just kind of hopped in with as a card game.
as a card game exclusively.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
Okay. And so you so
It's kind of like one of those tutorials that just shoves a bunch of text in your face.
yeah,
of.
yeah, well I mean it's
Just do this,
not
and then
many
this
other
happens,
not
and
many
it's
other
like-
ways to do it in a card game, right?
I guess, but,
it's
like-
kind of how you did. So did you go to like the tutorial mode or did you just play the first match which is the tutorial?
The first match that was a
Okay,
tutorial.
there's a tutorial mode that goes even deeper. That one's rough. Okay, so did you win through life points or another method?
I think it was life points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's like, for
The
example,
bar on the top right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
so for example, there's other ways you can win. Like in the first duel, if you get, it's called the Exodia cards. It's like Exodia, the Forbidden One, the left arm of the Forbidden One, the right arm of the If you get all of his body parts, you instantly win. If you get them all in your hand.
Oh, okay.
So like that's canonically how it was originally won in the show. But like if you want, you could play it another way.
That's cool.
And so what I like about it is not only like so you're given a pre-built deck for every match and it kind of becomes a puzzle game of how do you solve it, right? But if you want, you can make your own deck and see if you could win against it with your own like kind of real world strategies because this is a real card game too that you can play, right? So I think that's really cool.
Okay.
Do you agree that the presentation is pretty bare bones?
Yeah.
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 It's
I felt that like right away.
it's like you play it and you're like, yep, that is exactly what it is. Did you open any card packs?
No.
Oh, that's it's fun because it's like it's all the joy of opening them up, but you don't cost any real money. It's great. And you can open up like you get so much money, like every duel you beat, you can open up like 6. So it's just like you're ripping them and which sounds like you'd get a lot, but there's like thousands of cards. So
Oh my.
but okay.
Yeah, I could definitely see a Yu-Gi-Oh fan enjoying it.
Yeah, right. Well, it's just a standard version of the card game. Versus, there's been other games where there's like story stuff and like kind of role playing elements, but this one's a very sort of basic. Just play it as you do. Cards are in there. Thank God. Those exclusive cards.
Thank
That's the only reason I bought the physical version.
Oh, I threw him out.
Was because it comes with 3 cards that are only obtainable this way.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds bad, but you know it's understandable. Now before we go though, I do want to show you a few things. So, Konami Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It is made by Konami, as you might know. So we got a. Well, no, that's what because they make the card games. So let's see, card games. Konami franchise Yu-Gi-Oh cards because there are some cool stuff that you might like to see. Here we go. Okay, so solid snake Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm gonna break all pretenses. So we have it's called Tactical Espionage Expert. So it is that.
That's cool.
Like that's just a snake card, right? I think there's a category, then I can just go through them all and just be like, okay, so there's a whole line of cards on Gradius. Like the Gradius game. Not only is it one card, but you have a whole archetype of it. Every boss from Gradius is a card.
Okay.
So like there's the whole thing there. Let's see. There's also Cyber Gradius. It talks about that. As you can see, there's lots of cards. There is from Smash. Not the ninja, but there is. Okay, so Sasuke Samurai here. That's a character from the Goemon series. Just straight up. Right there. There he is. There's just a Goemon card. Redesigned slightly.
Yeah.
But it's Goi Goi the Gallant Ninja. So yeah, it's there are tons of stuff based off of Konami franchises, which is really cool. And they get put into the show and you're like, this is kind of weird because they're just there. Yeah. And there's Castlevania ones too, all the vampire cards. There's a Dracula card, which is just him. So it's cool.
I thought their Yu-Gi-Oh cards were just based off monsters.
They mostly are.
Oh.
Like 90% are, but because it's Konami, they're like, they threw in a few fun ones for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry,
Resi...
I don't have much to say.
That's okay, but it's not much. It's not like there's story or anything. It's just like the game itself. Okay. Resi 2 Remake.
2.
So I streamed that. I played as Claire, and I picked her PS1 costume because it looks so good. It was funny seeing all these hyper realistic gore and this like pixely woman playing with them. So I was really worried about this. I'm gonna be honest. I was really worried, and especially because everyone's like, play on standard. And I'm like, guys, I'm not good at shooting. But in general, that went really well.
Yeah.
So did you see where I got up to?
No.
So I got up to Ironside's office. So
like.
I beat the first Birkin boss.
Oh, okay.
And I got to Brian Ironside's office.
Brian Ironside.
The police guy who steals Sherry. The big fat pedo dude.
Oh, right. Yeah, him.
That's all I had to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to his office, the taxidermy office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I got there.
Okay.
So I 2.5 hours, so a good chunk there. Mm-hmm. So like I said, I was really worried because
once you got to Mr. X.
Well, yeah,
That's
I know.
the pinnacle of the game.
I know, but at the same time, he doesn't appear till like later on in your first run. In second runs, he will appear very quickly, but when you first start the game, it takes a little bit to get to him.
Yeah.
And I know all about him, and so that's not a worry. It's not like it's a surprise for me. So I guess in general, like the structure is really good. I like the way I was worried about navigating, but the quick map button was like so useful. Being told that if a room is red, there's still items is really useful. Let's see what else was there. The fact that headshots don't deal extra damage is still weird. I don't know about that. And they're like, just shoot the legs. And it's like, well, I'm doing that and they're still not going down. So the random health aspect, not the biggest fan of it. I think my biggest gripe, though, is times when I would open the door and a zombie would be right there and it's like, it's unavoidable.
Do you get scared at points?
I'm going to make a jump scare compilation because there's at least 4 or 5 times. But it's like there's times where it felt unfair.
But that's what makes it like scary.
I guess, but I don't like taking damage in a game like this, right?
But that's why you don't take damage.
But no,
that's why you're more careful, which makes you more tense.
No, there is physically no way for me to get into a room without a zombie attacking me. That's what I'm complaining about. Like when there is a zombie right on the door, and I touch it open slightly, and then the zombie warps to me and eats me.
That happened?
That happened multiple times.
That's
where
weird.
It was actually unavoidable. Where the zombie would be standing in front of the door, I would open it slowly, and they would do their lunge and get me immediately. So it was like, I didn't like that too much. There was a time where literally there was a zombie standing in a place where I'm like, I can't deal with you. So I reset the game, and then they reset their location. I'm like, okay, that worked there, right? Let's see. Grenade launcher. That's fun. Popping them liquors.
You got to the liquors?
Oh yeah, I got to a room with like 3 liquors in there, and I tried sneaking around, and he was like walking towards me, and I got to a point.
AI does that.
He does.
The AI knows you're there. It just pretends.
Okay, because it was like they're like, of course I'm having people in the chat talking to me, but they're like, just walk around them. They can't. They only hear you. But it's like, okay, so I'm like, okay, so I start walking. Then he starts walking towards me. I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna go around. And he's walking towards me. I'm like, I don't know about this thing. He's clearly walking towards me. Yeah, popped a few of them with those fire rounds, flame rounds. I never felt, because of the way I was playing, I never felt like I was out of equipment. Because I always had enough in the box, right? So I felt good there. So on standard difficulty, I was like, no, this is a solid difficulty where it's not too hard. And even the aiming felt, because it's like on lower difficulty, it's like, we'll aim assist for you, right? I had no aim assist on. And I was like, no, it's still easy enough to hit them, right? Like it felt good, right? So I enjoyed it. I did.
That's good.
And it's definitely a game that I can definitely see the hardcore fans loving, and people going through like all the extra modes where you're playing through other dungeons and stuff as like different characters. That's really cool. But as a stream game, I don't know if I'd do it streamed again. I think having people in chat who know the answers to stuff kind of gets away from the experience of learning the game, right? Yeah. And so for me, it'd be like if I would play something like that, I would want to play it on my own, and then when I get stuck, ask people, right? Like that's what I like to. That's why I love doing YouTube videos, because it's like I have to solve it on my own, right? Like I have to.
And then you get people yelling at you that you missed something.
And then I get one guy in the chat screaming because I missed one treasure chest in Kingdom Hearts, and he's like, "You missed it again."
I was thinking World of Light, that comment.
Oh yeah, the one that's like, you still haven't gone back to get that one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to. Calm down, bud.
How was the atmosphere of the police station?
Less scary than I expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I felt like it
Even
was...
Even when it, like the pitch black parts?
It was unnerving, but I didn't feel... Like, I'm... Maybe I'm getting better with scary stuff, but I think... It was fine. It was fine. Like, it was good. It was a good atmosphere, but it wasn't one that was making me... Like, there was times where I would walk instead of run. There was times where I would, stop and wait. But for the most part, I thought it was a solid balance. You know what I didn't like too much, though? The cussing. And I know it's a joke for me, but I think what it comes down to is the original games had none of that. The original game had...
But like realistically, wouldn't you be cussing in these situations?
That's where well, there's a point where if you miss your shot, she'll like swear, and like there was times where she was saying like
Chris does that too.
4 or 5 of them at the
Leon, sorry,
she's like 4 or 5 of them at the same time, where she's like swear, and I'm like,
all right, come on.
I'm like, come on. I think it's because they have the more gore. They're like, well, we got an M rating. We might as well use it, right?
Exactly.
But it just, for someone who, like, knows Resident Evil from the original games and, like, what they were like, that wasn't the tone they really had, They weren't that. Like, the first Resident Evil game, you could have gave to a kid, and, yeah, it was a little bit spooky because there's Zombambos, but it's fine, right? So I don't know. I think it's because it is a thing where they're maturing with the fan base, of course. But
it's comical at times. I laugh.
It is. And some of the writing is cheesy. Like when you go down to the fence and Claire's like, "Oh, Leon, we got to stop meeting like this." And it's like there's like a horde of zombies right behind you. Like, what are you doing?
So do you know the whole thing with Mr. X?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like I love how the game like just nails it into your head. Like the main like hall in the police station is like completely safe because there's no one there. And then Mr. X, he just walks in.
Oh yeah.
That's like I love that's like it's still to this day one of the
even the fact that in the old games it used to just be that Mr. X had a chance of appearing in like just singular areas, and if you left them he can't follow you.
Yeah.
So they made the change of, well, guess what? Now he can, right? Taking a bit of Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, right? But it's like that's like now there's nowhere to run. That's why when and there will be a Resident Evil 3 remake. Like it's for sure. But it's like when that happens, people are gonna flip out and I think they're gonna change how Nemesis works in that too.
Don't spoil.
Well, no, but there's no spoilers. He just used to be what Mr. X is now.
Oh, okay.
So like that's when people got to him and they're like, well, I know where Mr. X appears in the original game. It's not going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
But then people were like, oh no, he's now Nemesis. So now it's like, well, now what will Nemesis be? What will they change on him to make him be this threat, right? So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. I'm very excited to see where that
Still
goes.
to this day, like one of the scariest experiences in a game
Okay, so
for me, because I
Okay.
have like no previous conception.
but even just for me, it's like, I guess scary for me is different though. I have a
You're a sophisticated gamer.
no, like Five Nights at Freddy's. There was a time where I tried to play that. I couldn't because the idea of there's a jump scare that's just waiting to happen for you at all times. Like that is terrifying to me. But this level of just atmosphere, I don't find as scary, but I enjoy it a lot more, right? I don't like jump scares. I hate jump scares, right? The library, I hated that. Where when you're in the library and you step over the one thing and it crashes down
yeah.
with the loudest sound known to man, I was like, nah, that's not cool.
Oh, I want to see that compilation. Now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make it. It's easy. Do you know how I'm going to make it? I'm going to put it in my timeline. And I'm going to look for where the audio spikes. It's very easy.
Oh, so you screamed at every single one.
There was a couple where it was more of a, and there was by the end, though, there was a couple that were like big yells. So I'm going to get those put together after this.
Cool.
But yeah, no, it was good. And I enjoyed it. Wouldn't stream it, though, again. I'll definitely try it on my own time because they're very different experiences.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it for a while.
Yes. So, have we agreed that we will be giving a foreign exchange over the hiatus?
No.
No?
Okay, I don't have one planned right
You
now.
don't have one planned? Okay. Okay. If we did, I would have one planned to be like, well, it's something you can pick away at over the time. But if not,
Definitely, I don't think. I have the mental fortitude. Not fortitude, but like
that's true.
the space.
It
in
is.
my
It
head
is true
right
because
now.
it's like getting these done is another thing that we had to do. That was
Yeah.
that was definitely something. So, in that case, then nope, no foreign exchange for over this hiatus. When we get back, we'll just hop right in with maybe you know what we can do. We can when we're planning when we're gonna come back, we'll just say okay. 2 weeks we'll meet up, give each other something, and then we'll come back with something, right?
Sure.
I think we can do that
Sure.
because in that way we can come back with something and make sure we're ready to go. But we're not going to put it down just yet because I was just really worried when you tweeted that you're going to tell me to play Borderlands over this whole time. You're like, I want you to play the entire Borderlands trilogy, and I was seriously fearing my life for the next however long
No, it was all a joke.
because I don't want to. There was a period where I was kind of interested in Borderlands, and the only reason why because of Jessica Negri's cosplay of Mad Moxie. That was
my
that was
God.
literally it. That's what it came down to. And then I looked at the game, and I'm like, what am I saying? even the cutest girl is not worth it for this. So,
Okay.
question time. Yeah, we're skipping the border battle because we are on a tight deadline.
Oops.
Again, life stuff. So, yeah, let's get through some of these questions here. We have spoiler talk after too. So, they come from Mauricio here. So, he says, "Sup guys, here's some questions for you. So while trying to platinum Kingdom Hearts 3, I thought there was a bug happening that would record my treasure chest log in order to get all the journal entries for the trophy. Turns out I was looking at the wrong section. So what was a game that either hard or soft locked you from progress, or you couldn't get a trophy or couldn't beat the game? Hey, remember when I played Grand Theft Auto?
Okay.
Do you remember? And I got
Yeah.
to a game-ending bug.
What was that again?
Remember when the mission was like, you gotta repair your car, and no
Oh, yeah.
matter where I was in the garage, it wouldn't repair?
Yeah.
I have that happen with almost every single Western game I touch. There's always
like a curse.
There's always something. There was a time. Well, it wasn't a Western game, but when I was playing Resi 2, there's a room I walked in where I stepped on a certain space, and Claire just wouldn't move. She just got stuck, and I was like, "What's happening? Why can't I move?" And then a zombie bit me, and because it like throws you around, I got off that spot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Great, awesome. There's another."
There's some points where like you just get caught in geometry and you're like just running around.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to jump and
Just
all
trying
that.
everything and you're stuck.
Yeah.
There's a time I was playing, Mass Effect 2. That's another. Where I rolled behind cover, and then but my shepherd rolled onto the cover.
Oh.
And then I was stuck on a small platform because there's no jump button. So you're stuck on this thing because there's invisible walls around it. So you're stuck on it. So then I tried then attaching myself to the cover again, and she shot up into the sky so high that I was just stuck in the air above the entire level. I was at a point where I was trying to shoot a rocket launcher at the ground to let me die. And because I was in the air, I couldn't pause.
There were also those situations in open world games where you just fall through the world. You're like infinitely
Remember the inner workings of the walls in Watch Dogs 2?
Yeah, it was Watch Dogs
Yeah.
2. Yeah, that one too.
I got stuck in the walls.
I don't know how you do that.
I walked into a place and help
You did you did that like 3 times though.
the walls. That was the worst. So it happens a lot to me. It is my tester blood. It will never leave me. I've been branded a tester. Now every game will be glitched to heck and back for me.
Oh man.
Oop, I went down too far.
There's situations where like multiplayer servers go offline and you can't.
Oh yeah, then you can't get those trophies. I know for some. No, we're right there.
You sure?
Yeah. I know for some people,
Oh yeah.
some trophies when that happens, they just unlock it for everyone. There's some games that do that, but some don't. So.
All right.
Okay, so the next one. So he tells a story about this season of anime being nothing but generic trash. So he's watching Fire Force. Haven't heard anything else from the other ones. Zero expectations. Now it's his favorite anime this season. What was something you had zero expectations for and came out loving it? For me? I always have expectations though. I almost because I can't have no expectations. You expect something always, right? I think if you're saying low expectations, then Spark the Electric Jester, just a little mobile Sonic clone that ended up being way better than it deserved to be. Mm-hmm. That was something with low expectations that I ended up loving.
I'd say Watch Dogs 2 for me.
Yeah, that's a good one because
the first one was.
You expected the first to be trash. Well, no, the first was trash, so you expect the second one to be not as or good, but maybe not. But it was good.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Low expectations.
Was there like a foreign exchange you went in with low expectations and came out liking a lot more than you did? Because there was that one I remember you liking.
Well, I liked Fast and Furious. Like those were ones that I went in. Well, no, but I had the expectation because I watched the 8th one already. So.
Man, was anything about Fate?
I went in with low expectations for lower than I thought it would be, for sure, because that was one that I was like, oh, I love it a lot more than I expected. Let's just go to our podcast and just run through the titles, and that'll help me to figure it out. We have 47 podcasts. That's a lot. Okay, let's see here.
People have like 300.
Burnout, not LA Noire. I enjoyed Doom. Enjoyed Spider-Man. Guacamelee is awesome. Sims was fine. Django Unchained. I really like that. I did really like that one. Mm-hmm. John Wick is God of War. Yeah, Bioshock. Yeah. Better Call Saul. Not Hotline Miami. That for sure. Motorstorm. Oh, I really liked SSX.
Oh yeah,
that was one that I really enjoyed for sure.
Oh, Club Penguin, you can't like jokey.
Club Penguin came out to be a good experience in the end. Not Hot Wheels. Last of Us. Oh, Walking Dead's Negan arc. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. And even like Overwatch, I did enjoy that. So, but I feel like I still had expectations for all those, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the best one out of that one would be. I don't know. Probably. Maybe Burnout. I had very low expectations for Burnout.
Okay.
Because
that's
it's
a good one.
Just car game, right? it was a fun one though because it was very arcadey. So yeah, that's one for me.
Cool.
Anything for you? Anything? We could bring it back up. Anything I gave you that you had low expectations for?
I mean, I'm so into like loving JoJo at this point. I don't remember the time where
don't remember when you didn't.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So let's see here. For you, it'd be RE4.
Well, that's like
you had expectations there. Berserk.
Do
you have any expectations for Berserk?
I don't think so.
So, but you enjoyed it, right?
Oh, yeah,
So yeah,
for sure.
that'd be one. Not Shenmue.
I like Shenmue though.
You liked it, but it didn't blow you away. I don't know. I'm answering for you.
I always want to get back to it.
Yeah.
There's always time like I want to play Shenmue right now.
Oh yeah.
But like,
Danganronpa.
well, I didn't get the experience.
Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, it's still the greatest regret. Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it was.
Netflixvania. That was a good one. But you had expectations there, right?
Wait. I thought I watched that on my own.
No, I gave it to you to watch.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a while ago then.
Yeah, I remember because I kept saying, "What?" I told you I watched the first episode with you, and I'm like, "You have to watch this," and you're like,
Oh, right.
"I'll
I was
get
like-
around to it." This is before Simon Belmont was confirmed for Smash,
Okay.
so that's why you didn't care. Now you do. Soul Calibur, Pokemon, and then there's JoJo.
What day was that?
What day was that?
Yeah.
That was. Let's cut right to the January 7th of this year.
Man.
It's only been a couple months.
We're only just getting started.
Kamen Rider, Konosuba, Yokai Watch, Legends of
Whoa,
Localization.
let's slow down here.
Well, I mean, but most of these you definitely didn't end up loving.
Didn't hook me, no.
Did not hook you. And every time it was just I didn't hook me. Kill la Kill.
I like Kill la Kill.
Yeah, that one was one. Oh,
Your Name.
Your
That
Name.
was- yeah, that was
that
one.
one was one that you ended up really liking, and
Yeah.
that would be low expect. Well, I did
No
I did
expectations.
set you up with saying
Did?
like it's one of my favorites.
Okay.
So that was one. Oh, Shin Godzilla,
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Eva, Banjo. Okay, that was a nice little retrospective too.
Yeah.
So it all worked out. So even if we didn't get many answers, we still had that.
There we go.
All right, and we do have our air mail theme of mecha. So regarding mecha fights, do you guys prefer giant mecha fights like Eva, where they destroy the city, or mecha fights where they fly in the city or the air while battling regular human-sized?
I feel like the regular human sized is on my side because it's more personal.
Oh yeah, no, give me giant, give me the robots in the the plastic like Power Rangers city. Give me this. I will say, I was like, whenever I watch those shows, I'm like, man, the city in Power Rangers when they're Megazords, it looks like plastic. And then you go to Japan, you're like, no, that's just how Japan looks. Japan looks like a set of a Godzilla movie. You're like, that looks like fake little toy stuff. And then you go there and you're like, no, when you're in a skyscraper, that's what it looks like. It's wild. No, I prefer them big. Give me my big robots. Give
I like
me
the small ones that are like.
Give me my huge robots. You didn't get to the end of Gurren Lagann. They get big. They get big. I like
Even
that.
bigger than that ship?
Okay. I don't want to set your expectations high. Gurren Lagann's final form is the largest mech in any media ever
Oh my
created.
God.
No, screw it. I'm showing you right now. You're not going to watch it, so I'm going to show you. Okay, we're going to go to a Gurren Lagann size comparison. We're going to watch it right now.
Let's
don't
not spoil
even
it
care.
for people.
No, well, no, we're just going to hear your reaction.
All right, just.
It's
computers
not typing.
excuses.
It's great, and that's on my YouTube channel too. I don't have that, so I hate YouTube broke their site into two sites. So now if you search,
Did they?
yeah, they did.
How did they do that?
It's stupid. Okay, here we go. Okay, close your eyes.
It's closed.
Okay, here we go.
Can I open them?
Yeah. Okay. So Lagann, a little smaller than a human, right? Then you got Gurren, which is a bit taller, and it's gonna go through. Then you have Gurren Lagann, which is the fully combined form, and even it gets bigger, right?
Yeah.
So it's large. Then you have Dai-Gurren, which Gurren Lagann looks almost human-sized compared to it, right? Mm-hmm. Just wait. Then you have later Arc Gurren. That's Dai-Gurren down there. Bit bigger. Then you have Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann. There's Arc Gurren Lagann. Just wait. Then you have the moon. The moon. Just wait.
What?
Just wait. It's not done.
Why?
This
Why?
video is still 2 minutes longer. We're building up, boy. We're building up.
This
Then you have the solar
Wait.
system. Just wait, boy. Just hold on. This is what. So this is one.
Oh
of
my God.
Just wait. This is one of the first things I've seen for Gurren Lagann. Like when I wasn't watching this, and this made me want to watch it. There's the final form. That's the Milky Way galaxy.
Why would you need something that big?
Guess what? It's not done
What?
yet. So that's the enemy that they face. You can't even see the Milky Way anymore. There's where he was.
What?
Ah!
Why?
It's so big.
What's
That's
going on
his
here?
foot. That's his foot. And that's the dude. Reminder. See, like that pixel there? That's the entire Milky Way galaxy. Dude.
Why?
I like him big.
When you say like, oh, they get big, I'm like, oh, they're probably like a skyscraper or something.
No, the biggest in all of media. To a point where they throw universes like throwing stars. Oh okay. I like them big. Okay.
He's like freaking out.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, just thinking about how big that is. Like, we have to go bigger. Like, we have to go bigger. And it basically just amounts to, we need to get so huge.
But why?
Because the enemy's big, too.
Why?
Like,
Why do you need something that big? At that point, why would you need something that big?
okay, I'm going to let you know right now. Oh, well, I wonder if it's in the video. Because that big one there does its own then Giga Drill Breaker. So there, yeah, we stopped right before it. So there he is. It does its own Giga Drill Breaker. There it is. And that's its Giga Drill. It's so big. And then they spin against each other. Ah! I love Gurren Lagann. It's so good. It's so
My
good.
God.
Okay.
Come back to your senses.
Okay. Calm down. I love giant robots. I love them big. Okay. Okay, next one. Since you guys are going to be on hiatus, like that's one last question. One I remember last minute. So, with Astral Chain coming out and never before have I seen such mixed reviews where other LPers like Pat and Willie say it's Platinum's best game, while hardcore action gamers like the Gigaboot are really not liking it. I've never heard of them, so they don't count. Saying it's not as good as DMC and Bayonetta. What was a game that you liked, but the general consensus was negative? I'm bad for this.
I feel like I love Hyrule Warriors, but I hear that it's like
Okay, but
it's on the lesser side of the Warriors.
it
games.
is on the lesser. It's still a good game, but it's definitely one of the. Well, okay, it's a middle of the way for Warriors games.
Okay.
There's bad Warriors games, and there's amazing Warriors games, but that one's a middle of the road one for sure.
I feel like I like that one in comparison to like
I
the
like
consensus.
Other M. I enjoy that game. I think it's a fun Metroid game.
Okay.
Perfect? Absolutely not. Good, fun. I'll one day I'll throw it back in. Definitely, it's one I would revisit. Games. I know there was controversy about the ending of Danganronpa V3 when that was. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's people who didn't like it. I adore the ending. I think it's what I was thinking about it in the car a few days ago. It's like it's just so amazing. And so for me that was like I love it. It's a big one and so some people don't like it, but I liked it. Let's see here. What about things people like that you dislike? Well, most Western games.
Yeah, that's an easy answer for
Yep,
you.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm not big on the Kirby games.
Yeah, that's wrong. But in general, it's the idea of game opinions is their opinions. Like even a game that is objectively bad someone can enjoy. So it really doesn't matter if it's not your cup of tea. That's one thing, right?
Or it's Metal Gear Solid 5 for you.
Yeah, like I dislike Metal Gear Solid 5 because for me I loved the story of the series and the gameplay was always second. So for me it's like, well, thanks for getting rid of what I like. Oh, people like Sonic Unleashed and they're wrong. That game is not good.
I like that game.
I hate it. The werehog is the worst
That's
thing ever.
the better part of the game for me.
No.
Back when I played it?
I hate it. It's just a bad God of War clone. If you're gonna make a God of War clone, at least make a good God of War
Is it because
clone.
it was like it felt like a Western game?
No, well, no, it just didn't feel good. Like it was just bad. Like the platforming was awful.
Is that Tokyo Mirage Sessions at the top right there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's a special edition there I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can answer for Beat.
Oh yeah.
Persona 5.
He hates Persona 5.
But like everyone
He's
loves it.
He's like Persona 5 is great if you can't read.
He's the only person in my.
To be fair, I think
knowledge.
Persona 4 is his absolute favorite game of all time. So it's like for the next game to not be a true successor in your eyes to that, it makes it worse. But he's still wrong. That game is still great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited for Royal.
Oh, I can't wait.
Watch
we didn't
watch
talk
him
about
end up hating Royal more.
Did you watch the opening?
No, I'm trying to avoid as much as I can on it, honestly.
really?
I'm at a point now where I'm like, okay, I know what's in it. Like, I know what we're seeing. I'm good. Don't tell me anymore.
Okay. Fair enough. Did you see the PS4 at least?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
It looks cool.
All right.
All right.
So, well, that wasn't the last question. We still have one more here. So, also coming from Astral Chain, some of the Gross's bosses are great, but the final boss really sucked and was disappointed. I've heard that from a couple people. But I don't know if you're talking about the final boss or the true final boss. So, I don't know. What was the game that you loved, but the final boss didn't hit the lining you were really disappointed with?
Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. And
Yeah.
I remember everyone was like, well, I'll get fixed in a update. And then
Yeah.
they stopped updating that game. And it's like, oh, that final boss. And the big problem was it didn't turn into a big, dumb Final Fantasy boss. Like, that's what it needed.
should have.
It needed him to go like, I am now becoming a giant dragon.
of all the malice he
yeah,
has.
right?
But
You're
you
like,
think
and
that-
then you fight a big dumb like thing where it's like his face is on his chest and like the final boss of Kingdom Hearts 1, which is not a spoiler, but it's called the World of Darkness, and it is in my opinion the ultimate not the World of Darkness, but the what has a stupid name? It's something of darkness.
Kingdom Hearts Cross Legends of Zelda theory.
Kingdom Hearts final boss. It's this thing, World of Chaos.
Oh my
It's
God.
the biggest, dumbest like Final Fantasy boss ever. That's the actual bad guy, and then he's on a battleship of flesh that has like tons of faces, and there's a face up there. It's redonkulous, right? And that to me is like that's what he should have been. He should have turned into some big dumb Final Fantasy boss, right?
Yeah.
But no, we just got him. You know, it was cool, but it wasn't.
You had like
it wasn't
the
clim-
gods like
Yeah, and
watching,
it wasn't climactic enough. Like
No.
it ended too quickly, for sure.
for sure. What about you?
Just trying to think. There's definitely a lot of games where I'd say the ending doesn't hit, and that is to its downside. That'd be one for sure. I think some of the Sonic games that just end. It's like colors. Like the final boss is just like a Eggman mech, and you're like, okay, that's
Okay.
it. Sonic Forces, jeez, God, that game.
But can you But it was a good game.
That was
A game that you loved, but the final
game
boss.
that you loved. Okay, but the final. Okay, yeah. Well, that's yeah. No, definitely. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Persona 5.
I wouldn't say so.
Well, for me, it's less the final boss itself, but I felt like it just came out of nowhere. Like, as in, there was no build-up. Persona 4 has such a build-up to that final boss. Persona
Yeah,
4, you are chipping away at that final boss for the whole game. Like, you are trying to get to them, right? And it's like, when you finally get it, it's not there's the final boss. It's, I've been trying to confront you for months, and here you are, right? Versus Persona 5, where it just, an event happens, and it's like, walk up these, like, two screens of stairs with like a few enemies, and it's like, there it is, there's the final boss, go. And I'm like, whoa.
Well, no, the final boss was kind of like ingrained to everything from the beginning. It just wasn't there.
Okay, this time I'm not talking thematically. This time I'm talking about, it's just like yeah, you're right, but it's just there was no final dungeon leading up to the boss. Like I said, there was like 2 screens of walking up bones.
Oh.
And then it's there, right?
Okay.
There's no final workup to it. It just
When you see Mementos as that though?
they're all so short. They're all so short. And I feel like I wanted that climb, right?
Well, maybe Royal will have it.
Maybe, yeah, we'll see. But that, for me, I would definitely say in general, like, I love Persona 5, but I thought the ending came way too abruptly, and it just didn't hit. Like, even the awesome final hit didn't feel like it hit as hard because it just came out of nowhere for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it says, thanks, guys, and good luck on your education endeavors. Different types for both of us, of course.
Yes.
So yeah, we are going to be in a second talking about your thoughts on JoJo Part 6 and its ending. So as such, if you are tuning out here because you want to see that in an anime instead, and that's valid.
That's very valid, yeah.
Good luck dodging spoilers once the show comes around, though. We are going to sign off here and say thank you for listening. We will be on hiatus until further notified.
We'll still be active on social media.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I'll still be doing videos and stuff. But it's just getting together, timing stuff. It's difficult at times. So you can find me.
It's just difficult right now.
Difficult. Oh, yeah, for sure. You can find me on @TannerLPier and on YouTube @Tanner of the North.
You can find me on Twitter @Age1000.
And you can keep up to date on when we'll be ready to go on our Twitter, which is @ShipsWPodcast.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're on Twitter there, and you'll first time you'll hear will be on there, and then we'll probably retweet it. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So if you're tuning out now, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
And
Shame you're going to miss the end song, though.
yeah, you'll miss the end song, but we'll hopefully people. I think most people, though, I'm gonna say like 90% of people are going to be like, well, we've all read JoJo Part 6, so they'll be coming along for the ride. So, yeah, we'll be talking about that in 3, 2, 1. Snails.
So we got
I'm turning into a snail.
so we got an hour to talk about this.
Snails.
No, let's rewind.
Don't you
What
know
was the last
that
time?
when it rains, people think they become snails? That's
I
how,
thought about that for a few seconds. I'm like,
that's how it works, buddy. Okay, let's bring up the JoJo Part 6 chapters, because then we can read through. I think last time we got up to...
Jailhouse Lock?
Let's see here. No, let's just go to the Stone Ocean one, because then it will tell us here. Okay. No, I think it was Dragon Dream. White Snake... Jailhouse Lock. Yeah, no, you're right. It was Jailhouse Lock. Yes, because we didn't get to Bohemian Rhapsody.
No.
So we need to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Let's talk about Jailhouse Lock.
Okay, Jailhouse Lock. It's the one with the spaghetti monster outfit.
Yeah.
And she uses Jailhouse Lock, which lets her manipulate the enemies, also looking like a spaghetti monster.
Just reminded me of Link Between Worlds Link, when he went into the walls.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, that came a long time after this.
Yeah.
You know, so...
But I think we actually talked about Jailhouse Lock.
Well, you just started it. I remember.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So...
And then there's like remembering the 3 things. Yeah, we did talk about it. So
and then we say that, oh, we got Jotaro's discs and sent them off. Okay. So we have the 3 men in the hospital where...
Right, so this whole section, starting from when they leave the prison to the very end.
Yeah.
I love this.
I love this part so much. Yeah, that's when people say, Part 6 is bad because they're only in jail. And I'm like, no. Everything after it is so good.
It feels like such like... Like, Part 6 doesn't have anything to do with Part 4 or Part 5, but it feels just like a culmination.
There's a little bit, because we get to meet Giorno's brothers.
Yeah.
Who are...
Not even 4 to 6. It just feels like a culmination of the entire series.
Oh yeah, oh for sure.
Because you're fighting like all of Dio's offspring.
So
I'm like,
ugly.
I thought he didn't. Fuck.
You thought so?
I thought he didn't.
And
I thought he
he
just
did.
kills them like right after.
No, it turns out he just does it. He just does it.
Okay, so the first one.
Okay, so 3 men in the hospital, where again we get to meet Dio's other sons.
What? So what? Just click on SO chapter.
Okay, this is where takes a taxi. One of the patients holds him hostage. This is where we meet Unaglo, one of Dio's sons.
Did we talk about Foo Fighters dying last time?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, this guy's so ugly.
all of those sons are so ugly.
Oh no, even Poochie's like, I hate that I have to like look at you people
Yeah.
and know that you came from Dio.
They're gross, and it's like Giorno got 100% of the looks.
For sure.
100% of the looks. Okay, so you know how they said, oh, because this event's happening, Dio's sons have got together.
Yeah.
So then in an interview, they're like, "Where's Giorno?"
He even said like in one of the like in between chapters
Yeah.
where it like does a summary, it's like Jonah could even be in.
So it's said that he was in Florida at this time, but he was just somewhere else. He was just somewhere else.
Probably fucking like just chilling.
Just chilling at Disney World. Speaking of Disney World, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Terrifying.
So did you expect the actual Spider-Man to make an appearance in
No,
this?
I didn't.
Spider-Man, touch my hand.
It was terrifying. Like
Yeah,
where the can I swear?
you say it because
Where the fuck is Mickey?
it's so funny. It's like, I
And
want to
Asui.
see Mickey. Where's Mickey? So this one is the one that people are like, what the hell are we gonna do for
But
the anime
I also
version?
read that like every property that was used was like not copyrighted and could be used.
They said Mickey Mouse. That is very copyrighted.
Oh yeah, him of course, but like the goats.
Oh yeah,
and
oh yeah,
Pinocchio.
oh yeah. No, the ones that you see are fine, but even just saying them, right?
Okay.
Like saying Spider-Man, saying Mickey, right? Like those are, they literally say Disney World. Like that's rough.
I'm sure they're gonna just solve it somehow.
Yeah, for sure. But
But like just like the fact that like the character you like, and when you like them, you're like destined for their like
yep.
storyline.
So it even talks about Terminator and Star Wars, which is wild because this was way before they were owned by Disney.
That is wild.
Now they're all there. What are we working towards? So all the list of characters summoned by Bohemian Rhapsody: Spider-Man, Kenshiro, Rao, so the Shonen Jump stuff's fine. Snow White, Mazinger Z, Astro Boy, Gigantor, Giant Robot, Little Red Riding Hood, Big Bad Wolf. Those two are fine. Vincent Van Gogh, a mother goat and her 7 kids. That one is gross. Venus from The Birth of Venus, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, 3 Little Pigs, Mickey Mouse, unseen, E.T., unseen, Snoopy, unseen, The Lion from the MGM Studios logo. Put back, you hear a thought up by Weather Report and drawn to design to eliminate them, but it's like, oh man.
That was crazy how how you just solved it. You just got Van Gogh to draw.
Yeah, Van Gogh, can you draw this? Now it exists. Okay, that one scared you. The next one scared me.
The
Sky High.
Sky High?
With the rods.
How did that scare you?
So
I think it was like the least scariest out
Okay.
of everyone.
I
the
see
4.
flying rods.
You do?
IRL.
What do you mean?
Okay, so as a kid, I was always freaked out because I would close my eyes and open them and I would see them. So, do you know what flying rods are?
No.
It's just an eye defect where certain people, when they close their eyes after looking at the sun or being outside, when they open them, they'll see things and they'll be moving around really fast, or they might get caught on camera. And it's just a glitch in our human systems, right? But as a kid, I saw flying rods all the time.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I'm reading this and I'm like, oh, those things are, oh no, right? Like that freaked me out because for me, it's like, yeah, I saw those things.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fact that they're not stands.
Yeah, they're just
They're just real.
Power is the ability to control these
Yes,
things.
and that they're just these cryptids are just real.
And they cause your eyelids to shut.
Yeah, it's that one freaked me out actually. It did
Suck
actually.
body heat. How do they defeat him again?
I think they just Hermes kills him. Oh yeah, and Poochie and Weather are brothers.
That whole little arc there was a trip.
Yep.
I was not expecting that.
Nope. There's a lot of stuff there.
Like KKK gets involved.
Yep.
I'm like, what?
Donatello isn't too ugly.
No.
No, he got.
But
got
he's
the
really
looks
like
fine.
he's like hates Poochie.
Yep.
His stand underworld.
Yeah.
At first I was like, what the hell is going on? They
it's
fall into a plane and
It's a bit in the plane. It's underground, right?
yeah.
It's weird. The idea of an underground plane is
'Cause
very
they, like,
strange.
Because Poochie and him were like trying to hide
Yeah.
to wait for the new moon.
Yeah.
And they had the underworld there. It was crazy because then Jolene like gets out of the plane but falls into a jet fighter that's like burning up, and then she crashes it into the plane.
I think I need to see it animated to fully understand what's going on, because there's some parts where I'm like, what is happening? But then Weather Report gets his memory disc and we get Heavy Weather, which hypnotizes people.
Rainbows start appearing everywhere.
Rainbows appear and Hermes is like, I'm a snail.
I like
Jolene, I'm a
how-
snail.
I like
Put me back. I was taken out too early. I'm a snail.
Like how Jolene just becomes Spider-Man. She,
Yeah,
like,
she
swings
does.
from the
Yeah,
things and-
that's what I said. So when we're talking about like what is Jolene? She's Spider-Man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, she's a Spider-Man.
And like she like falls onto a pane of glass, like so she doesn't touch the snails, and slides out into the parking lot to get in the car.
So in Eyes of Heaven, when you play as Weather Report, Heavy Weather is an ability, and everyone has a snail form, and it's so gross.
It was and then he dies, unfortunately.
He does die, yeah. But honestly, anyone with the power to make people think they're turning into oh, the part where it's like, my arm got cut off and where it's bleeding is turning into snails. I'm like, I hate it. Thanks. That's the worst.
But the stand disc, he got the stand disc out before he died.
Yes.
So Porio has that for the time being.
And then they head on out to Cape Canaveral, which is a real place. The entire party drives there. Poochie awakens new power, and then just Inception. It's Inception.
Like when like the Coke in the guy's like cup starts like splashing on him, I'm like, what the hell's going on? And like the side of Poochie's face is starting to like melt. I'm like, what's going on? And then okay, Sea Moon, love the look of that stand. One of my favorite looking stands.
Really?
I love it.
I actually think out of all of his 3 stands, I think it's the weakest visually.
I think it's like the strongest.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the DNA on him, the GACT. I think that's
And
kinda
just
cool.
the combination of Whitesnake and the baby.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Like the red striking eyes that are like terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just one where he's just like just menacingly approaching Jolene
Yeah.
on the wall there. And the whole fight on the
There's
side.
wild stuff with, like, when you try and punch him, it, like, gravity warps around him, so, like, you can't.
Yeah, because Anasui's trying to punch him, and then Poochie's face just kind of like melted into
Yeah, right?
it.
It's like, it's tough to tell
And
what's
just,
happening.
like turning things inside out.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
And like, do you see Jolene's fingers like turning inside
That's
out?
really gross, but also a reference to The Simpsons with the smell that turns you inside out. Okay. And then he
And then, oh yeah, then there's the whole thing that like, Hermes died
yes,
supposedly, and then Jolene apparently dies.
and he achieves Made in Heaven, otherwise known in the English version as
This whole thing,
Made. No, do you know
Made in Heaven,
Made
yeah.
in Heaven,
Made-
which is such a good way of
Yeah.
handling it.
just the whole thing of him like, oh, I don't need to actually be. It doesn't actually have to be the new moon. I just need to. Whatever it was, I just need to raise myself
Yep.
to a certain.
Yep, just
Velocity
go
and-
vertically, dude. Go vertical, and you'll
And
get
then,
it.
as Anasui's like trying to stop him, like Made in Heaven comes out of his arm,
Yep.
and it's like, what's going on?
Yep. So time begins to accelerate.
Well, it's just like they wake up, like, and they're like away from the original spot,
So
and then it starts downpouring.
do you want another button on the remote of villains? There's your fast forward.
Yeah, I'm like, if it has something to do with time, it's the main JoJo villain.
It's yep. So Jotaro dies,
Like,
and
like,
he
so-
dies in the exact way that was written in Toth.
but it was in part 4 too.
Well, yeah. So it's happened multiple times, but it's like so just go Jotaro death, and you'll see exactly what I mean here, where it talks about so yeah, see it gets split in half. Your head will be split in half, and yeah, like it happens multiple times, but this one is almost the exact same, where it's like you see he's split, right? So it's like, yeah, in the end, Toth was right. Death by being your head split in half.
And it's just it was like it's terrifying. Like
It's
everyone just dies so quickly.
it's scary because it's like, yeah, like time speeds up, and it's just like, and time goes by so fast that the universe wraps back around to the point where it was at before.
That'd be like terrifying seeing the sun like a strip of light and everything just crumbling.
That's going to be so wild to see
I
animated.
can't wait.
It's going to be
I really hope they nail it,
yeah.
because that's gonna be like terrifying to watch.
Yeah, so
And then the whole thing. Okay, so what exactly happens here? So Emporio gets put into the same universe, but just like fast forwarded.
no. Emporio is put into a universe where Poochie never existed.
What?
So through the fast forwarding,
Yeah.
once he kills Poochie, then Poochie, because Poochie doesn't exist, various things, it's a butterfly effect, right? So just through then those circumstances, that's then the universe that he leaves off in is a universe where Poochie never existed, so they're not going to jail and other events aren't happening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so like when Emporio was like running away from Poochie, like, and he was trying to get into the ghost room.
Yeah, so the ghost room was
When,
like
and
immune.
Jotaro and Jolene do not look like themselves.
Yes, because those are now alternate universe versions where things didn't happen. Minute changes in the world where things went differently.
So then what is that? The third universe then?
The third universe is it's the universe where Jolene never went to jail. And everything else up to that point is roughly the same. But well, I mean, aside from small changes like her name's now Irene.
Yeah.
And Anasui is now Anarchus, and it's just, yeah, like it ends in a universe where they don't know who this kid is because they don't know, and Jotaro still went on his adventures, but now he's just having a good time with his daughter Irene, right? So it's like
So how did Emporio survive everything?
ghost room,
Right, yeah.
ghost room because it's a dead room, so it's not affected by time.
Oh.
Ghosts aren't affected by time. Yo, Kira must have been freaking out during this whole thing. Like, yo, what is happening? Right? Like, Kira would be like, this is so wild.
But the song Made in Heaven by Queen
Oh, yeah?
fits it perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's
for
like
sure. So one interesting thing, the name Irene,
was the original name of her?
not the original name, but before JoJo, Araki
yeah.
wrote one called Gorgeous Irene. So, and actually you can play as Irene in all the fighting games, the costume there. Yeah, so it's the alternate universe version of Jolene where she's just carefree with her boyfriend.
Emporio must be like screwed up.
Oh yeah, no, he's not gonna
witnessed,
have a
like-
good life. He's gonna have a rough time dealing with everything else.
Oh, and then when Pooch, like with that scene when they're in the ocean, that,
Yeah.
like, final battle,
Oh yeah.
and, like you see like him throwing the knives, and you see Dio's silhouette behind Poochie. I'm like, can't wait to see that adapted.
Yep.
What else?
Did you see Dio's trash bag clothes? Dio's clothes in part 6 looks like trash bags. Dio part 6. He looks like he's wearing trash. Okay, so where's his trash bag outfit? I'm not even gonna find it because there's not a lot of pictures, but there's like his pants are trash bags. Yeah, no, there's not a lot. It's in the fighting games you can use them, and he actually looks like he's wearing just garbage bags for
Garbage
clothing.
bags.
Okay. Where does this stand on your list of parts?
I haven't like thought about. I'm still thinking about this ending.
It's
Like,
so I had it super spoiled, like for me, like because of the
Really?
fighting games, because you just go over it. But it's still then when you read it, you're like, whoa, it's something to read for sure.
yeah,
This is a reason some people hate it.
that's what I heard.
Because
Is it because it retcons everything?
Because of the universal reset. Some people hate it because of that.
Well, I read an interview of why Rocky did it because like he thought it was getting too out there and he wanted to bring it back to basics again. So
And-
like that's understandable.
And part 7, I would say, does that a bit.
I'm excited to see. Like I'm excited to see like what has changed. Who are these characters in this universe type thing?
This isn't spoilers because it doesn't go into it, but the universe of part 7 is not the universe of the end of part 6. That's a change. That's something that people don't. They think is the case, that it's a direct kind of continuation. It's one of, because during that Made in Heaven, it kind of it made a multiverse, let's say.
Oh,
So, and that's important to know because there's stuff about that in later stuff.
okay.
So it's not exactly like some people think, oh, then part 7 just continues from the universe that was in
Yeah, that's what I
part
thought.
6. It's not. Think of it more as it has now created a multiverse.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Because that is important info, because then people start to look for like
Emporio or
for
something.
for connections that aren't there, right?
Okay.
So it's important to think about now it is a JoJo kind of multiverse kind of.
Okay. But the original one still exists.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when there's yeah.
Okay.
I'll just see here. Anything else with part 6?
I just like the look of Made in Heaven is like
It's crazy.
incredibly
Oh, yeah.
unique.
Oh yeah.
Like the centaur.
I love it. It looks so cool.
The feathers.
Oh, when you're playing in the fighting games, the timer speeds up
and you go into
exponentially.
the Made in Heaven.
Yes.
I saw that you go into like the space
Yeah.
time thing.
And it's like the timer speeds up, and once it happens, there's actually almost no way to win. Like there's like when you're doing the story mode in All-Star Battle, it's like battle conditions. Poochie starts with Made in Heaven. Conditions win. And you're like,
How?
I had to use, because there's like story mode items, I had to use an item that drains the opponent's health. Like, and I'm like, I can't, because you move slow.
Yeah.
And he's moving normal speed. So it's like, what do you do? You can't win. Once the opponent activates it, you're done. That's it. You're done. Which is like how fitting, right?
Yeah.
Because you cannot win once he activates it. Mind you, it takes like 36 enemy discs to activate. Because there's like every time you do an attack, you get an enemy disc. But it's like, oof. You kind of
Well,
have
it's
to.
worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it because you just win.
So is like Made in Heaven the strongest stand so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, because, well, look what it did.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what Dio wanted to do too.
yep.
Is that what heaven is?
He says he wants to achieve heaven, yeah.
Just to like, well, Poochie wanted a universe where he could like control everything.
Yep.
Yeah, he almost did that.
He almost got that. But shame about that little New York Mets fan who decided to ruin his day.
100% oxygen, dude.
Yeah, that's all it is.
What a way to go.
Yeah, right?
Just like after what you did, just to die so just to die from oxygen.
I mean, it's no ambulance running you over, but can you imagine if it's like you just see like an ambulance goes and hits him? So the ambulance has sped up too.
Well, it's just like Poochie's like pleading for his life, and as Emporio's like crushing his head.
Yeah.
Like, can't wait for that whole thing, like the leaving the prison to the end to get to see what how that's going.
I love everything out of the prison.
Yeah.
There's not a ton, but it's like it's my favorite part of that part is once you leave the prison and get around, because then it's really cool.
Yep.
Okay, I think that about wraps it up then.
How long do you think I should take a break for until part 7?
I don't know, dude. Get going.
Get going.
Get going, dude.
Thinking about next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep the train rolling, because then otherwise, the longer you put it off, then the more you'll forget about it. It's better just go in and read it. Honestly, visually the best part. Part 7 is gorgeous. Part 7 reaches a level of hyperrealism that I never would have expected.
Really?
It's gorgeous.
Is it more is it still like that what's going on type thing? Like in part 6?
I didn't have too much trouble with that.
No?
It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot cleaner. He gets
Okay.
a new art style. And as I said, part 7 was initially said to not even be a JoJo part. He said, I'm making a new manga called Steel Ball Run. And then once it hit like 4 or 5 chapters, and people were like, hey, hold on. Hold up. Because as soon as a character said the word stand, then people were like, wait. And he's like, haha, JoJo part 7, got you. So it's
Interesting.
when you start reading it, you can see like how, the word Joestar appears in the first chapter though. So it's like, what are you doing? Why were you doing that? But yeah, for a bit, people were like, is it the same or is it different? But it's the same.
I'm really interested to see just like it's a new beginning,
Absolutely.
and I'm excited to
It's
see
it's a reset to zero.
Where do we go
See
from
where
here,
do you
you
go
know?
from here? Same concepts are going on, but like it's where do you go?
and how can like I'm interested to see what the villain's gonna be and how like
Okay,
how it can like
part 7's
compare to
villain,
Made in Heaven and Poochie.
Part 7's villain might be, aside from Dio, the internet's favorite.
Really,
They love this dude.
I know the name. Funny Valentine.
Funny Valentine, yeah.
That's all I know.
And just for a bit of a giggle, this isn't in the canon of the actual manga books, but in supplementary materials, we learned that he does have sons, and their names are the Funnier Valentine and the Funniest Valentine.
Oh my god.
So that's his name, the Funniest Valentine. So just as a little side note, that's it. They're not in the actual manga, but he has them.
Huh. All right. So, looking forward to that.
All right, sounds good. And with that, we are signing off on our podcast for a good little bit. But
Yep.
as we said, keep up to date on the information on our Twitter, as well as our Twitters. And I'm sure you'll know when we're back to it. So thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for listening.
We get back. Terry will probably be out.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Might
yeah.
be done part 7.
Yeah, I'd say so. Is
it the longest part?
It's the longest part chapter-wise.
Okay.
But it's not the longest time-wise, because as of now, he's really slowing down his schedule. So, like, part 8 is now, like the amount of time part 8 is taking is, like, more than some parts did, like, together. So, but it's just because the schedule's slowing down, right? He's getting older. Doesn't look it, but he is. But yeah, like, it's a longer one, but it's worth it. So... yeah, we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about.
It's
I'm
gonna
sure.
be like once I catch up to part 8. How does the weight feel? Well, how does the weight feel when you?
It's
chapters.
definitely at a point where when a new one comes out, I have to reread the last one because it's like I don't even remember where we're at. Like, if you were to ask me what happened in the last chapter that I read, I'm like, I know the characters, but I don't know what happened. So I usually end up rereading.
It'll be exciting to
chapters. Be
find
up to
out
date
stuff
and be able
along with
to
people.
engage with the rest of the media. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So it's worth it. Yeah, part 8's weird though. For JoJo especially, it's weird. Part 7 is a return to normalcy. Part 8 is whoa. Well, no, even part 7 has some weird stuff, but no, I think it's part 8 is like we got to live up to the bizarre. It's in the title.
I can't believe it's been like 9.5 months.
Yep.
I'm still not caught up.
Well, you know what? No, some people it takes a while, right? And I mean, you were watching the anime 2 weekly,
Yeah,
so like that
that's
definitely didn't help. So,
No.
Yeah. All right. As we were saying, thank you all for listening, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye bye.